ever get used to that alarm. It never, ever, ever
No,
becomes a normal
people say
routine.
that to you. They're like, "Oh, you must have gotten used to it, though." And it's like, no, absolutely not.
No, not at all. Salk
Like,
texted yesterday and he's like, I can't believe I have to set this alarm again.
yeah, I contemplate what I'm doing with my life every morning, and then you get here and we start talking sports, and it's fine.
Exactly.
But when the alarm goes off, it's a tough moment.
Mm-hmm. No doubt.
Well, it was a tough moment for the Vikings and Max Brosmer yesterday, too. That was not how you want to have your first start in the NFL go, but it was a very good day for the Seahawks defense. 4 turnovers. DeMarcus Lawrence and Ernest Jones were just insane. They felt like they were everywhere, smothering. And obviously on a day when the Vikings defense was creating some problems for the Seahawks offense as well. Like Sam Darnold's been sacked 11 times all year, and then he gets sacked 4 times yesterday. Jackson Smith and Jigba got shut down for pretty much the first time this season. I think that was the first game that he hasn't had at least 79 yards. That defense presented a bit of a problem, but it was nice to see that in a game like that, the defense can carry you. And, the run game, they worked hard for that yardage, but they racked up a little over 100 yards combined, too, between Charbonnet and Walker, and broke some good ones there, even though the offensive line was kind of struggling with the heavy blitzing of the Vikings.
Yeah, I feel like that might be a lot of a theme of today. That being said, yeah, I thought they ran the ball pretty efficiently. I thought Ken Walker ran the ball pretty well for the carries that he got. I mean, he averaged about over 4 yards a carry yesterday. And ultimately, you're right, it was clearly a plan of the Vikings and the Vikings defense to take JSN out of the equation. And they did that. Like, they really, really gave him a lot of attention. But this is why Mike Macdonald talks about being a complementary football team, because when they needed to run the ball, they ran the ball, and they ran it for 125 yards yesterday, which is what they needed to do in a win where they didn't give up a point. The offense did enough to just put together an efficient outing and a good enough outing to come away with a win.
And you have to feel pretty good about the fact that when you look at what else happened yesterday, the Rams got beat by the Panthers.
Yeah, how about that gift?
So maybe the Seahawks and the Rams are tied again.
Which is massive. And I don't know if I should say gift. The Panthers are not a bad football team. They're hanging around to try to fight for that last wild card spot. But I don't think
that's the only thing with the Rams getting beat yesterday is I'm like, oh no, the Panthers are still a few weeks ahead on the Seahawks schedule, and they look like the last couple weeks they've looked pretty good.
Yeah, and that game's in Charlotte too. It's in Carolina. So that may be anything but a cakewalk for the Seahawks 3-4 weeks from now. But for the sake of where the standings sit and the Seahawks potentially trying to clinch the 1 seed, certainly trying to clinch the NFC West. Yeah, I don't think anybody went into yesterday, especially here in Seattle, expecting the Rams to lose. So when that happened yesterday morning, before the Seahawks game even started, I think people looked at themselves and said, oh, like there's a real opportunity here. And they took advantage of it yesterday.
Yeah, and I couldn't help but find myself thinking how frustrating it would be to have the level of defensive play the Seahawks have right now, to have a stud wide receiver in Jackson Smith and Jigba, and have no quarterback on the roster that can even come close to helping you win. Like, that's where Minnesota is, basically. They have a really good defense. They have Justin Jefferson. And we saw yesterday, because some Vikings reporters last week kind of tried to hype us into believing that they thought Brosmer might be better than McCarthy. And that was not the case. It does not look like they have a functional quarterback on the roster right now. Maybe J.J. McCarthy develops down the road. And it just makes me happy that the Seahawks didn't do anything crazy and try to move up to draft a quarterback in the 2024 draft. And I know at the time, I think we got a little caught up in that. Like, Joel Klatt had us high on J.J. McCarthy, and we were like, man, what if they were able to package something and move up and get a quarterback? Because it felt like with Geno Smith at the time that you still needed a quarterback of the future. But they were able to go and get Sam Darnold, who's still fairly young, and feel like you've got something right now, as opposed to being in this weird limbo that the Vikings are in that does not look fun.
Yeah, the Vikings put a lot around J.J. McCarthy this offseason. They invested a ton of money into that offensive line. They already had a good receiving core. They clearly believed that he was going to be the guy and try to do everything possible to put the best team that they possibly could around him. But look, it's only been a few games for J.J. McCarthy, so it's probably not fair to just say the book is closed on his career by any stretch. But for where they sit right now and for what their expectations were heading into this year after a 14-win season last year, Whew. I mean, it's hard to not think there's some level of buyer's remorse for just letting Sam Darnold walk away, and Daniel Jones for that matter.
Well, yeah, and it's hard to blame them for what they did because, as we talked about last week, they invested so much draft capital in J.J. McCarthy. But after him being injured his rookie season and them not really getting to see much from him at all, just having these growing pains while you have a playoff caliber defense and a star receiver and you could be ready to win right now is just something I am so happy that the Seahawks did not do.
Yeah. No, they handled that 100% right. Exactly how they handled the trade with the Raiders was right. Exactly how they handled that draft in 24 was right. And they picked the right quarterback too.
Yeah, and I think that watching yesterday's game, they've found exactly like the right formula on defense of veterans, and they have young, hungry guys, some of those depth pieces like Drake Thomas and Ty Okada, who've been just phenomenal playing when other guys have been hurt. You've got these guys who look like they could be emerging, like Byron Murphy and Derek Hall. And then you already had Leonard Williams, but adding Ernest Jones and DeMarcus Lawrence to that mix since last season, it feels like that has taken everything up to the next level. And it's pretty cool that it's with a couple of guys that Ernest Jones was traded twice in one season by two teams. And then DeMarcus Lawrence was considered washed up by a lot of people.
Yeah, I don't think he was. Again, I mean, it's not like his market was crazy in free agency. Seahawks got him on a pretty reasonable deal. And look at what they've done. I mean, I'm sure we're going to get into this today, but Brock called this group the best front seven that the Seahawks have ever had.
I saw Brady Henderson asking that question too. And to me, it's a fair question. It's not like a hot take or an outlandish thing to ask. And yeah, I like DeMarcus Lawrence, as you mentioned, the market wasn't there. I think a lot of people thought you were bringing him in as a vet who would be a good leader, but he has been so much more than that.
You know who has some good takes? DeMarcus Lawrence. I mean, remember what he said to Hawkblogger right after he got into town and he talked about his time with the Cowboys and he goes, well, I know I'm not going to win a Super Bowl there. I'll tell you what, through 12 games, you look at the Seahawks and you look at the Cowboys, he played his cards right on that one.
True. I believe in the Seahawks as a Super Bowl caliber team much more, but I will say the Eagles are kind of blowing it and the Cowboys are nipping at their heels as far as that division goes right now.
Well, for a team that hasn't been in an NFC title game in my entire lifespan.
You're not buying it?
No, I'm not buying it.
You're Stephen A. Smith in this scenario?
Uh-huh. Until they actually physically get there, I'm not buying that they're getting there.
Okay, fair enough. All right, well, we've got plenty more reaction to the Seahawks coming your way today, as it is an Aftermath Monday brought to you by Snoqualmie Casino. And we will have Mike Salk here since our technical issues were not fixed. I believe he is on his way to us now. But coming up, we're going to tell you everything you need to know, and then we are going to take you around the NFL. You're listening to Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
The Hawks get it done at home.
They do it in style with a 26-0 shellacking.
Improving to 9-3, staying with the small pack of teams atop the NFC.
It's intercepted, and this one goes to the house. Jones with a pick six.
Complete coverage at seattlesports.com and the Seattle Sports YouTube page.
That was big for our defense. I feel like it's another level that we can reach.
And the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Season is here. Don't wait to replace your roof. Schedule your free estimate at 3treeroofing.com and get $500 off your roofing project. Our expert team creates a custom plan for your home, ensuring a smooth, worry-free installation even in the winter months. With material prices low and lead time short, now is the best time to act. Stop throwing money at costly repairs. Protect your home this winter with a new roof from your neighbors at 3Tree Roofing. Visit 3treeroofing.com today to secure your $500 discount. 3Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
Comcast Business is celebrating the holidays by giving your business the $1,000 holiday bonus when you switch to a gig speed internet package. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 12, a new laptop for the office holiday hero. Or possibility number 108, smart speakers to deck those hallways. Or possibility number 192, new equipment for the new year. Or possibility number 555, Bluetooth holiday lights for office decor. Switch to Comcast Business, designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect, plus advanced cybersecurity, And now get the $1,000 holiday bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 12/14/25. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Requires qualifying gig package. Other restrictions apply.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
This college football season, show your school spirit every time you pay. Introducing college-branded Venmo debit cards. Rep your team on and off the field with custom school designs that let everyone know who you root for. Whether you're tailgating, grabbing snacks for the watch party, or celebrating a win, you can unlock 15% cash back at ESPN. 1 free year of Perplexity Pro and more. This college football season, score more with the Venmo debit card. Get yours now in the Venmo app. Learn more at venmo.com/collegecard.
Max cashback varies. Terms apply. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank, N.A.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/play.
Get rid of stubborn fat and address areas of loose skin with ProSculpt, the simple 1-day permanent fat reduction and skin tightening treatment. Book your free consultation at prosculpt.com.
When it comes to the security of your business, doubts can creep in about who you're trusting to protect it. Are they a reliable service? How will I know if something happens? Are they keeping everyone safe? At Bay Alarm, we got you. For nearly 80 years, we've been putting our customers' minds at ease with our advanced technology and personalized support. Feeling insecure about your current security service? Visit bayalarm.com today to talk to a local security expert.
You've heard the saying, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. Since 1926, my family's been helping local businesses make great first, second, and long-term impressions. We know how to make your company look good with quality uniforms, logoed apparel, floor mats, linens, and more. If you're paying for linen service or doing it yourself, let's have the conversation. The information and quote are free, but the savings and service can really add up. Visit suplinen.com. Superior Linen Service. It's what we do.
Majority of the people that are coming to see us are within our community. These are people who are providing maybe services that we also use in our community. So the LJ way, to me, somebody can come into a retail setting and not feel like they got to have their guard up. And that's been a long-standing thing in the car business that, we've tried to shape.
Todd and Brett, they made it really easy. You either take care of the customer or I will. So that empowered you, so if something does come up, to do the right thing.
It wasn't just working for a store, right? I was working for a legacy. I can't tell you how many people have come in and said, I've bought 3 cars here. My family has bought 7 cars here. My father or my mother have bought cars here. That's kind of rare nowadays, to get that type of longevity. You have to be doing something right.
The LJ Way is the Lee Johnson Auto family.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
The Seahawks defeated the Vikings 26-0 yesterday, their first shutout since 2015 against the Bears. The defense was dominant from pretty early on. Max Brosmer was hit by DeMarcus Lawrence, and as he was going down, made the ill-fated decision to try to fling the ball to a teammate, which landed right in Ernest Jones' hands.
Jones stays in the backfield. 4th down and 1. at the Seattle 4. Handoff, play fake, Brosmer being chased. Brosmer is going to go down as he throws. It's intercepted. Coming back to the near side, far side 50, down to the 40, being chased 20, 10. It's Jones who is intercepted. His fourth pass of the year, and this one goes to the house. From back near the 10-yard line, Ernest Jones. It's Cheno with the pressure, Jones with a pick six, and just like that, the rookie QB gets one.
One of my favorite things about those highlights is Wyman's reaction on plays like that. He's just chuckling through the whole thing. I think Mike Macdonald was pretty happy with DeMarcus Lawrence's performance yesterday as well.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, like, you look at teams that when shutouts happen, it's hard to keep teams like out of plus territory. So when you get there, it's taking the ball away in the red zone. I mean, DeMarcus Lawrence's caused fumble is probably my new favorite play of all time. Like, just an incredible play. I just saw this blur coming down and just violently attack the ball. It's been such a point of emphasis, and to see him do that was really great.
Huge day for him yesterday. Ernest Jones also had 2 interceptions. Reek Woolen had 1, and Kobe Bryant came up with another. As we mentioned earlier, Jackson Smith and Jigba, quiet day, 2 catches for 23 yards. The Vikings were one of the only teams this season to be able to limit him like that. But Kenneth Walker put up 56 rushing yards. Zach Charbonnet had a 52 and a touchdown. So still managed to get it done with a 26-0 win.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
Elsewhere in the NFL, the 49ers blew out the Browns 26-8. As we mentioned earlier, the Rams lost to the Panthers, which is very nice for the Seahawks as they are now tied for first place. And the Steelers are having a rough go of it. I don't know if you, Lyle, saw the sound that Salk sent to us yesterday.
Just par for the course. What else can you say?
Throwing his receivers under the bus a little bit. Well, I don't know if I would say it's a little bit.
No, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
I mean, he basically just blatantly said it's all their fault. Somehow, no blame associated with him.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything wrong. He was 100%. He was in his, he had his best possible game, even though they lost.
26-7 to the Bills.
Yeah, it's
Here's
everybody
what
else's
Rodgers
fault.
had to say afterwards.
When there's film sessions, everybody shows up. And when I check to a route, you do the right route, you know? Like, John and I just weren't on the same page. I checked to his in breaker and he ran out breaker. John is a true professional, so I'm sure he's sick about that.
What a class act.
Couldn't he just save that for when he's not in front of a microphone? Even if that's what he feels?
You would think, but that's expecting too much, apparently.
It's fine. He's not looking for attention.
The Broncos won 27-26 in an overtime thriller with the Commanders last night when they chose to go for 2 and did not get it with a couple minutes remaining in overtime. The Chargers defeated the Raiders 31-14. Bears upset the Eagles on Black Friday 24-15. And Joe Burrow returned to the Bengals to lead them to a 32-14 victory over the Ravens. We'll get into a little more of this in Around the NFL.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
Well, Damon Williams found wide receiver Denzel Boston for a 3-yard touchdown with 10 seconds left in the second quarter to go into the half down 13-7 against Oregon Saturday. And after not scoring at all in the third, Damon Williams found Denzel Boston again, this time for a 13-yard touchdown that pulled them within 5. It was 19-14 Oregon. Unfortunately, nothing went right from there. They gave up a 64-yard touchdown pass and then turned it over on downs and threw a pick on their next 2 offensive possessions. Oregon won 26-14. Here was Jed Fish after the game.
Oregon's a good football team. Coach Lanning does a great job. It was not a surprise that it was going to be a very good football game today, very physical. two teams that were competing at a very high level, running the football, trying to run the football. I thought that there was just a few plays in the game that were difference makers for us.
So that one, disappointing, but I don't know. It almost maybe would have been more disappointing if they beat Oregon after that loss to Wisconsin earlier, really kind of dashed their college football playoff hopes. But the Kraken lost to the Stars 3-2 on Wednesday and were shut out for the second time in 3 games in a 4-0 loss to the Oilers Saturday. They got good news on Wednesday when left winger Jared McCann, who hadn't played since October 18th, was activated from IR. But then Friday, they announced the bad news that Jaden Schwartz, Brock's guy that he went fishing in Alaska with, their points leader, is expected to miss 6 weeks with a lower body injury. And Ole Miss finally got their answer. Lane Kiffin will not finish the season with them and is expected to take the LSU job. The Rebels are projected to have a spot in the college football playoff, but will have to head into the playoffs with their defensive coordinator Pete Golding as their leader. He's been promoted to interim head coach. Kiffin's deal with LSU is reported to be 7 years at $12 million a year.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I'm sick and tired of college football.
It's awful. They need to change some of this.
I mean, this is somebody who grew up a huge college football fan, but 2 things are true, right? Ole Miss had to know what they were getting into, because when you hire Lane Kiffin, you know that this is what he does. He's a good coach, but he never stays anywhere. But also, it's just another data point to show that every single person involved with the sport at this point, or nearly every single person involved, cares more about themselves than the sport as a whole. Whether it's the players, it's the coaches, it's the NCAA, the people that run the playoff, it's everybody. Like, you want to say a college sport's not about money, it's all about money. This is what Lane Kiffin's doing. It's all about money. It's all about the dollar signs. He just had the best possible team, or close to it, he could possibly put together at Ole Miss, and he basically just told all his players, I don't believe in you.
Yeah, there's no stability. It makes it so hard as a fan to be invested or root for anything, because it could all change at any moment. Players, coaches, it's not fun. I'm with you, and I think they know they need to make some changes, but we'll see how quickly that happens.
Yeah.
That is everything you need to know. Mike Salk is in the building, so he will be joining us for the next segment. And in that segment, we're going to take you around the NFL. You're listening to the Brock and Salk Show on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
The Hawks get it done at home.
They do it in style with a 26-0 shellacking.
Improving to 9-3, staying with the small pack of teams atop the NFC.
It's intercepted, and this one goes to the house. Jones with a pick 6.
Complete coverage at seattlesports.com and the Seattle Sports YouTube page.
That was big for our defense. I feel like it's another level that we can reach.
And the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
This one's for the flavor fanatics. Sour Apple 5-Hour Energy Shots don't mess around. They bring the bite. Tart, tangy, and packed with tasty caffeine, this little 2-ounce bottle punches above its weight. With 0 sugar and as much caffeine as a 12-ounce premium cup of coffee, it's the kind of pick-me-up that keeps your taste buds happy without the crash. And it doesn't stop at Sour Apple. There are 17 bold flavors waiting for you to discover. Pick one up in store or stock up online at 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon today.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Mariners tickets for 2026 are on sale now.
Number 60! A catcher has hit 60 home runs!
Cal Raleigh and your AL West champs will be back in action before you know it. And now's a great time to lock in your seats for the biggest games. We'll be celebrating our 50th season all year long, from opening day on March 26th to epic events like Randy Johnson's number retirement. Plus, don't miss marquee matchups against the Yankees, Phillies, and more. Go to Mariners.com to get your tickets today.
It's here, the Light the World giving machines at the Alderwood and South Hill malls. With a swipe of your credit card, donate a chicken, school supplies, meals, and more. Go to givingmachinewa.org.
What's your holiday tradition? It's G. Scott here. For me, it's gathering with loved ones around a meal that brings joy. For many families, that tradition feels out of reach. Next time you shop at Safeway, please donate to Nourishing Neighbors. Your gift provides groceries to families across Washington, giving them access to nutritious food and the dignity to shop like the rest of us and choose what's meaningful for their holiday table. Visit nourishingneighbors.com and donate at your Safeway checkout. That's nourishingneighbors.com.
Yay to Bruce, the streaming king.
With quantum fiber internet, he's gonna binge.
He wants more, he's got to have more.
More bedtime to ride.
More podcasts in the shower.
Quantum fiber Wi-Fi has the power. More fast internet speed.
He's got the geeks to go big, bring him the games.
Right now.
And his royal we.
More sports non-stop, his quantum fiber's on top. Yay to you.
Switch today at quantumfiber.com. Limited availability, service, and speed in select locations only.
The best time of the year is here. Toyota-thon. Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton are providing you with the largest savings and the widest selection of inventory on Toyota favorites like Tacomas and Tundras, the Gas RAV4, the Hybrid RAV4, and the Hybrid Camry. It's Toyota-thon at TOK and TOR. That's ToyotaofKirkland.com and ToyotaofRenton.com. Whether you're in the north or the south, they got you covered. Get a test drive, meet the wonderful staff, get a new car. It's Toyota-thon, people. Come on.
O'Brien. Hi, I'm Emily, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company, where a small box with a burgundy bow will help you win the holidays. As an in-house designer, I love creating meaningful, fine jewelry gifts. Choose a necklace with a gorgeous infinity charm to symbolize your everlasting love. Or go for a personalized piece with an engraving, their zodiac sign, favorite color gemstone, or their initial accented with pave diamonds. Because a friend wants you to be a holiday hero. Stop by or shop now at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Brock and Salk's Rewind is presented by Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton.
All right, hello. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Maura, Lyle, thank you. Excellent job. I got to catch the first 20 minutes of the show as I was driving across I-90, across the floating bridge. And right here, after some technical difficulties waylaid us this morning at Virginia Mason Athletic Center. Not their fault. I don't know whose fault it was. The gods didn't want me down there this morning. They wanted me to be here. And so here I shall be. Brock will join us, of course, at 7 o'clock. Mike Macdonald will be there. He might have to be on the phone. I don't know if we're going to get anything fixed by then, but regardless, we will talk to the coach at 9:30 this morning. How are you guys doing?
We're good.
Yeah, fun morning.
It's a wake up call after a like relaxing, calm weekend.
Yeah.
Start the day with a little chaos.
Yeah, just
Good.
get out there and just get out there. Sometimes that's the best way to do it. Just dive right in, right? It's like jumping into the freezing cold pool as opposed to kind of doing what I do, which is like one step at a time and then get your hands wet and then your arm. Like I'm not good at that at all. Anyway, at least we get to come in, talk about a win. I got a lot of thoughts about yesterday. I know we're going to go around the NFL and around the weekend here in a moment, and then Brock will come in at 7. But since I kind of missed my 6 o'clock window, I'll give you kind of an abbreviated take on what we saw yesterday. And I guess there's sort of two things. One, the Seahawks defense is insane. They are incredibly good. Shutouts are rare in the NFL. Very, very, very rare in the NFL. And to get one without inclement weather is a spectacular accomplishment. Spectacular accomplishment. and every single member of that team deserves credit, starting with every member of the defense. And that, for me, starts with their best player, Leonard Williams, through DeMarcus Lawrence, and then everybody else on that team and what they've done, Ernest Jones. I mean, like, we could go through naming players all morning. But those 2 or 3 are probably going to get top billing for me, but, God, not the only ones. Chenna was great yesterday. Hall was great yesterday. Byron Murphy was great again yesterday. He's been a really, really excellent part of the team this year. You know who they haven't even missed, and I thought he was having a great year, is Jaron Reed. Like, I mean, it just, like, it doesn't seem to matter. Oh, you want to throw Quentin Bohannon out there? No problem. You want to go Brandon Peely? Whatever. It's all going to work because they just, with the combination of the scheme and the way they play it and just having more, I thought you nailed it, the right combo of veterans and youth. It's just working. Defense is spectacular. Brock's going to come in and say that they are the best. Now, is he saying front 7 or defensive line? I gotta hear the exact comment. He wrote.
It seemed like Brady Henderson agreed with him in his.
No, but
that question.
What is he saying though? Is it defensive? Is it front 7 or defensive line? What is he saying? If he's saying defensive line,
his question was best defensive front in team history.
I got to know what that means. Because I think there's a very good argument to be made there. If you start going front 7 and now you're including the linebackers, I don't know, the Bobby Wagner, KJ Wright element, probably going to alter that for me. But in terms of what they're doing up front, it's almost inarguable right now. I mean, I think there's a very real conversation at the least. So that's obviously the biggest takeaway. And we will talk about Sam, and I don't want to start negative. Before I do it, I just have to say, Max Brosmer should quit. Should go home.
Oh.
You should just go home. This isn't for you. You're not an NFL quarterback. You were barely a college quarterback. Go home. This game is not for you.
We talked to Kevin Seifert from ESPN last week while you were out, and he was like trying to, and maybe the Vikings were trying to convince the reporters, but he was kind of trying to convince us that they had faith that he might be better than McCarthy and that he had better control over the offense. And
nope.
Yeah.
They're wrong. He's
the
wrong.
Seahawks
They're
defense
wrong.
may have had something to do with that.
Kevin Seifert might need to consider a new job also, because what I watched from Max Brosmer was complete inability to play the NFL game. Horrendous. Absolutely awful. I mean, Max Hall, you got to be an old school Brock and Salk listener / Seahawks viewer to remember the name Max Hall. He played like 6 games for the Cardinals in 2010. He's the worst quarterback I've ever seen. Dude had to take a crow hop to throw an out route. Never seen anything like it. Never seen a guy with a worse arm than Max Hall play in the NFL. Literally taking crow hops to heave the ball. This guy was as bad, if not worse. He was awful. He couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Terrible. And you need that if you're going to get a shutout in the NFL. It just don't happen every day. So that doesn't take anything away from the Seahawks or what they did, but Max Brosmer should retire.
I mean, to be fair, Nathan Peterman stuck around for a long time in the NFL.
Well, and by the way, there should be a demerit for the Vikings for if you're going to go with J.J. McCarthy, fine. You need to have a legitimate backup quarterback. There's plenty of them around. They signed Carson Wentz late. Like, you're telling me that there wasn't some random quarterback?
Well,
Davis Mills wasn't available?
John Wolford over.
They should have.
They had him on their practice squad.
Wolford, that guy killed the Seahawks. That guy was at least capable of throwing the ball to a target. Brosmer was horrendous. That was truly some of the worst quarterback play I've ever seen. There were some open receivers. I know they had 1 or 2 drops, but they had open receivers. He just couldn't come anywhere near them. That was awful. Horrendous. Terrible. And yet, it does nothing, and I really do mean this, nothing to take away from what the Seahawks did. It's just sort of an added benefit to get to make fun of a guy that I thought was awful. Just truly, like it was offensive to have to watch that guy play in the NFL. Maybe we have too many teams. Maybe we don't need 32 teams in the NFL anymore if that guy's going to start a quarterback. We don't. There's not enough guys, I guess, because that is not NFL quality. The entire world should not have to watch that. So, great job by the Seahawks. Great job by the Panthers. Love that. That was helpful. It's a great weekend, man. It was a great Thanksgiving weekend. I'm sure we'll chat a little bit more about it. But Maura, sure, people were busy. Like me, I barely had a chance to see much of anything this weekend. Tell us what we missed.
Well, as you just mentioned, good news for the Seahawks. The Rams lost. Bad news for the Seahawks. They have to face the Panthers in a few weeks, and they're looking really good lately. Matthew Stafford turned the ball over 3 times in this one. They got Brock Purdy to turn it over 3 times the week before. Stafford had 2 picks in the first quarter. The Rams were down 14-7 at the end of the quarter, but Stafford came right back and led them on back-to-back touchdown drives to start the second. And they took a 21-17 lead into the half. It was back and forth in the second half, but this 43-yard touchdown from Bryce Young to rookie wide receiver Teteroa McMillan, who we talked about quite a bit as an option here in that draft, on 4th and 2 with 6 minutes left in the fourth.
2 for 2 today is Carolina. On this crucial 4th down, Young, McMillan, got it! Touchdown, Panthers lead!
That gave Carolina a 31-28 lead. Matthew Stafford was then strip sacked at the Carolina 31 on 3rd and 10 with 2.5 minutes remaining to ice the game. So Panthers win 31-28. They are 7-5 and just a half game behind the Bucs in the NFC South. They face the Saints on Sunday, and the Rams are 9-3, tied with the Seahawks. They face the Cardinals on Sunday.
Yeah, by the way, they get the Cardinals twice. They get the Falcons, and I got to remember who the 4th team is they play. But their schedule is not hard. Their schedule is significantly easier than what the Seahawks
they do
have
left.
The
Lions.
That's their one tough game. And then obviously the Seahawks.
Yeah.
But they got 2 against Arizona, 1 against Atlanta. I mean, that is... It puts the Cardinals, or the Rams rather, in a really good spot to, unfortunately still win the division. But what yesterday did is it gave the Seahawks, I think, a lot of hope. It gives them the opportunity to control their own destiny now the rest of the way. Could the Seahawks go 5-0 down the stretch? They could. I think 4-1 is like a reasonable expectation. We're going to talk a little more about that at 7. I think 4-1 is absolutely reasonable. Don't you? And they're good teams, by the way. Atlanta, you should beat Atlanta. And then you've got this gauntlet of 4 games to finish the year against Indy. Good team. Lost again, though. Certainly beatable, but good team.
They're struggling. We'll get into it in a minute, but they've got some injuries.
But they're a good team, but beatable. I think San Francisco, final game of the year, good team, I guess. I mean, they keep winning, but beatable. Carolina, I mean, they just showed that they're dangerous, but beatable. And then obviously you got the big one against the Rams. So, yeah, I think we continue to learn a little bit more about this NFL. And I now finally, 12, 13 weeks into this thing, I'm now finally feeling like I have a sense as to who's who in this league.
Yeah, there was so much parity this year. It does feel like people are finally starting to separate themselves a little bit. Lions-Packers was a close one, and 4th down decisions were a big factor. The Packers went for it twice in the first half. The first was 4th and 2 from the Detroit 22, and Jordan Love hit Dontavian Wicks for a 22-yard touchdown pass.
Love looking, floating for the corner. Wicks, he is! Is he in? Waiting for the signal. Yes, he's in! Touchdown, Packers!
The second was a 4th and 1 at the Detroit 2, and Love threw a 2-yard touchdown pass to Romeo Doubs for that touchdown. Lions, meanwhile, went for it twice on 4th down and turned it over on downs both times. The first was midway through the third. That gave Green Bay the ball at their own 47, and they scored a touchdown 2 plays later. The second attempt came with 10 minutes left in the fourth at the Green Bay 21. They managed to keep the Packers from capitalizing, but a field goal there would have made it a 3-point game at the end. Instead, the Packers got the ball with 3 minutes left, up 31-24, and ran out the clock for their 3rd straight win. Jordan Love threw for 234 yards and 4 touchdowns. Jared Goff had 2 touchdowns. He was sacked 3 times and under a lot of pressure the whole game, but he still managed 256 yards. The Lions are now 8-3 and 1. I'm sorry, the Packers are now 8-3 and 1 game behind the Bears in the NFC North. The Lions are 7-5 and in 3rd place.
Yeah, I will admit I did not see it going this way. The Packers are about what we expected they'd be. Good to very good, not quite great. I think that's fair. The Lions are not at all what I expected them to be, and I think it's now very fair, especially as we know what Chicago has done, to wonder exactly who has been responsible for a lot of the success there in Detroit over the last few years. Head coach Dan Campbell's gotten a lot of the credit, understandably so, but I think we're now learning that their offensive coordinator had a really big role in the success, especially of that offense.
Yeah, and Dan Campbell is starting to get a little criticism for his. He just pretty much goes for it on 4th and down all the time.
Yeah.
So he was asked about that after the game.
No, I mean, it's still, if it, if you, a lot of it depends on where the game is at too, man. Where the game's at, the opponent, how your defense is playing. Do you feel like you have a real good handle on what you're going to get from that defense, who you're going to, all those things. And so, going into it, we like those plays. So, no, I wouldn't say necessarily that's going to have an effect on me. You always want to convert them, and we've had a lot of conversions here. It just didn't work out today.
Yeah, he was asked if he might change his approach given the results that they've gotten.
Yeah.
He said, no, not really. Yeah, I don't know. I think they definitely are missing Ben Johnson, and we can go into that game next. The Bears had 281 rushing yards, won the turnover battle, and had almost 9 more minutes of possession than the Eagles on Friday. But this was still just a 1-point game heading into the fourth quarter. There were only 2 touchdowns scored up until that point, one by the Bears in the first quarter and one by the Eagles in the third. The Bears started the fourth quarter with a 12-play, 87-yard touchdown drive where running back Kyle Monangai accumulated 64 of those yards and then punched it in at the goal line. They forced an Eagles punt, and then Caleb Williams hit tight end Cole Kmet for this 28-yard touchdown pass.
Williams rolling, throwing, open, making the grab, touchdown, Cole Kmet into the end zone.
That made it 24-9 Bears. The Eagles managed a touchdown on their next drive, but then they missed a field goal. They ultimately lose 24-15. That was the Bears' 5th straight win, and they are now 9-3.
Dangerous team, right?
Yeah.
Starting to believe. And, you look at the point differential, it's not impressive. It's a lot of, kind of squeaking them out late, but there's a lot of value to wins like that. I'm not going to ignore them just because I think they actually even had a negative point differential heading into this past weekend. So,
right, yeah.
So look, I'm not going to ignore that though. They've found something. They're believing in their quarterback. They're believing in their head coach. They believe in their defense. They ran the ball for 250 some odd yards in that game.
280.
280 yards. I don't want to hear any more about how you can't fix an offensive line. You can. You have to do it right, but you can. Obviously, I'm going to take some grief today from people who are going to dunk on me for Will Fries. Like I'd ever seen Will Fries play. I don't know anything about Will Fries. He was the consensus guy that was out there that was a possibility. You think I've ever watched Will Fries? No, and I hope to never watch him again. But I also watched Anthony Bradford stink up the joint again. Who cares whether they could have or should have had Will Fries? Fix the problem at right guard. That's all I'm asking for. Whether it's Will Fries, Anthony Bradford, Christian Haynes, or anybody else, Dominic Pooney, I don't care. I don't know the difference between right guards. Neither do you. John Schneider and the rest of the crew, they've got to fix that. They've done everything else perfectly over the last few years. It's like the one remaining thing. And it does look like Chicago's gotten that part right. So I'm gonna throw some credit their way. I think Ben Johnson's the real deal. I think Caleb Williams has been impressive, and I don't care that they're not winning by 15 points a game. They find ways to win, and that is incredibly important in the NFL.
Well, they were very happy about the win, partying in the post-game locker room. Ben Johnson actually went as far as to take his shirt off. Caleb Williams was asked about that post-game.
Did Ben take his shirt off?
He did take his shirt off. He's a man of the people, let's say that.
Caleb Williams doesn't seem impressed.
No, nor should he be.
Yeah, the Eagles, meanwhile, are kind of flailing. It's their 2nd straight loss after allowing the Cowboys to surge back. In last week's game, they are 8-4 and have a 1.5 game lead over Dallas. They play the Chargers on Monday night.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming either. The Eagles have always sort of dealt with the up and down. They've been inconsistent.
I was starting to wonder about the inner turmoil.
But they had it last year.
They were going to be able to overcome that.
Yeah, I know. And eventually maybe it just becomes too much for them. But I am surprised. I still look at that team and think they're one of the best teams in the NFC, and yet they're not showing it. And at some point, you are what your record says you are. And the Eagles and Lions, two teams that I absolutely believed in, go in the wrong direction.
And then the Bears take on the Packers Sunday, so good division matchup there between two teams right on each other's heels. Joe Burrow returned for the Bengals this week and made an immediate difference, throwing for 261 yards and 2 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens offense continue to struggle, though. They turned the ball over 5 times.
And there's another one. Man, I don't know. I'm going to believe in Lamar until the end, okay? I will believe in him longer than I believe in the Eagles. I'll believe in him longer than the Lions. He's got to be. Lamar's too good. Like, I believe in Lamar. He's my favorite player to watch in the league who's not on the Seahawks team. And I'm just going to keep believing in him, even though right now he's obviously not showing. You're right. He's got to be not right. Got to be not right. Yeah. He's never looked like this in his career. He can't be right.
Yeah, they turned the ball over 5 times. 1 pick from him and 4 lost fumbles. They also went 3 for 10 on 3rd down. This 29-yard touchdown from Burrow to Andre Civis.
Pressure comes, picked up, Burrow, Yosivage, touchdown, Cincinnati. 80 for the Bengals in the end zone.
Yosivage, I guess I butchered that. Gave the Bengals a 26-14 lead. The Bengals would go on to win 32-14. They are 4-8 and in 3rd place in the AFC North. The Ravens are 6-6 and still clinging to 1st place in the AFC North on account of a better division record than Pittsburgh, who's also 6-6.
But Pittsburgh's going to get that figured out. I think you can tell now. I mean, now that Aaron has
we
called
played
out
your
his
Aaron Rodgers
teammates.
sound while you were driving.
Oh, I heard it.
I mean, we all knew it was going to come to that point eventually, right? They were like, oh, no, look at Aaron Rodgers. Everything's great there. Eventually it's going to.
You know what it makes me say? Seriously, you know what it makes me say? I am so thankful today. After Thanksgiving, you guys did you guys do a little most thankful for thing on Wednesday? I thought I saw some of that in the show sheet.
Lyle and I weren't here. It was Left Going Brock.
It was Left Going Brock. Okay, I'm sorry. They did a little most thankful. Witty. Great. How'd you ever think of that before Thanksgiving? Yeah. I'm thankful that Sam Darnold said yes to the Seahawks, not just because he's been a pretty good quarterback, but because it means that the horrifying rumors that they would have next turned their attention to Aaron Rodgers turned out not to occur.
I filled in on Wyman and Bob Wednesday, and I made that What If Wednesday.
You did?
What if the Vikings kept Sam Darnold and the Seahawks signed Aaron Rodgers? Because Albert Breer said that was their second option.
I know. Maura, that's so rude. I can't believe you did that. I can't believe you did that.
It would be horrible.
This guy is such a tool, man. He really is. He is just the worst. Just the worst. Just absolutely the worst. I can't stand Aaron Rodgers. Turn on my computer, Lyle, is what I'm pointing at here.
When there's film sessions, everybody shows up. And when I check to a route, you do the right route, Like, John and I just weren't on the same page. I checked to his in breaker, and he ran out breaker. John is a true professional, so I'm sure he's sick about that.
What a scumbag.
We just weren't on the same page and then just end it there. That's fine.
What an absolute scumbag. If I were his teammate, I'd give him the Geno Smith treatment. Deck that dude right in the locker room so everybody can see it. He could have a second little thing piece of tape across his nose. What an absolute jerk. You calling me out in public like that?
He did this with the Jets last year,
I know.
and they responded by shipping out the guy he was mad at. They gave him everything he wanted.
Yeah. You know what? This should be the end. If Mike Tomlin wants to show that he still has an ounce of integrity, an ounce of credibility in this league, he'd bench this stupid guy for the rest of the year, even if it means he doesn't make the playoffs. I don't care. Play Mason Rudolph. I don't care if he's better or not. Ship this guy out of your building. He is a cancer. He is a cancer to everything he touches. Absolutely. That to me, look, we've talked about them all. The worst, this is the second worst one, I think, from Aaron Rodgers. The second worst. The worst to me is always going to be the story of how proud he was to make the coaching staff wait outside on Pacific Coast Highway while he hung out with his monks. Absolutely obnoxious, just rude. Just flat out insanely rude. This, though, you're calling out your teammates in public? Get a life. Get a grip. Sorry. Thank God he's not here. I don't know how I would have handled it.
Yeah, that would have been...
Bad guy.
Yeah.
Bad guy. Bad guy.
Let's see. You want to hear some 49ers? They
No.
blew out Cleveland. No. Cardinals? No. Colts?
No. No.
Okay.
I don't want to hear any of that. Denver. How about Denver last night?
That was quite the game.
Do you root against Denver? Because I do.
Oh, I
know
do, but
you
I
do,
always
'cause
think
you
I'm
live
biased
there.
because I live there and the fans are the most obnoxious I've been around.
I've rooted again. I was kind of getting really into that game last night. And Cecily's like, okay, well, does this affect the Seahawks? Like, nope, not even a little. There's no effect to the Seahawks whatsoever. I just don't like Denver. I've never liked that team since I was a little kid. I still don't like them. Hideous uniforms. I've never liked. I don't like them.
Their fans are obnoxious. Wyman agrees, and he played there.
Yeah, I don't know. And they absolutely squeaked out of there with a win. Marcus Mariota is strange to watch.
Yeah.
But that's like a type of guy. Like, hey, Minnesota, why don't you have Marcus Mariota on your team or someone like him? You shouldn't have to start Max Brosmer. You should have a Marcus Mariota hanging around who's a serviceable backup quarterback. But man, he's got a weird delivery these days. He kind of looks like he's shot putting that thing out there, and he very nearly pulled it off. A couple of huge drops. Zach Ertz drop at the end was brutal. Anyway, all right, let's take a break. Thank you, Maura. Great job. 509 says, I remember when Salk declared he was done talking about Aaron Rodgers. I know. I'm like a moth to the flame. I can't avoid it. When you hear stuff like that, like, how do you not react? Like, and I know that's what he wants me to do, but I can't help it. Mike Tomlin, just get your dignity back. Get your dignity back and send that guy packing. He is a cancer to everything around him, everything he touches. All right. Brock's coming in. I've got a new thought on what I think the Seahawks record should be at the end of the year. It's not a number I thought I was going to throw out there, but I think we're ready to do it. We'll do it next on Brock and Salk.
Be the first to hear from Seahawks head coach Mike Macdonald the morning after every game on the Mike Macdonald Show.
Good morning, Coach. How are you? This thing on? On and ready for you.
The morning after every Seahawks game at 9:30 with Brock and Salk.
Being in front of the 12s is going to be a lot of fun. Trying to bring everybody together so we can push in the same direction.
Get the podcast on the Seattle Sports app and seattlesports.com. It's the Mike Macdonald Show, only on Seattle Sports, the home of the Seahawks.
All right, Mike Salk here. Let's talk wealth. Yeah, wealth. Let's talk money. Let's talk finances. Do you know about your own? I'm not great with this stuff. I'm really not. I wish that I was better at it, but, figuring out the stock market, figuring out the best way to accumulate money now to retire when I want to do so, that is not my strength in life, which is why I am more than willing to ask for help. And if you're in the same situation as I am, let Trajan Wealth help you develop a plan that will meet your specific financial goals. You start by calling them today at 206-466-3300. That's 206-466-3300. They can help expand your financial portfolio. They can help with wealth management. They can help with the disbursement part of it so you're not paying too much in taxes. They can help really with estate planning as well, whether it's a trust or a will. Whatever you need to leave your legacy to the rest of your family after you are gone. Trajan Wealth can help with all those things. Again, 206-466-3300 is the phone number, or go to TrajanWealth.com. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor, paid advertisement.
Imagine all that could happen in 5 years. Jobs may change, kids will grow, new memes will come out, but also, what if you had reliable, intelligent Wi-Fi and the price didn't change for 5 years? Well, thanks to the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you actually don't have to worry about that part of your future. You're guaranteed 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to your devices that need them the most, that finds and fixes any issues before you even notice them. It's like a super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from threats online. Plus, you get incredible gaming speeds on multiple devices with no one battling for bandwidth. And for the next 5 years, all your devices will be working in perfect harmony, and you get our best equipment with no annual contracts, no fees, and no strings. So even though kids will grow up and you still won't understand 6, 7, your internet will stay sharp, reliable, and most importantly, the price will stay put. All with the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Select plans only.
Why is K2 Vision RLE a permanent solution to glasses, contacts, and readers? How is it that you'll never develop a cataract after K2 Vision RLE? And how is RLE different from LASIK?
Hey, it's Doctors King and Kopstein from K2 Vision RLE. We'll answer those questions and others when you join us for our free live webinar this Thursday at noon. Andy, what are some of the other questions you hear?
Well, how long is the procedure and recovery? Or who's a good candidate for RLE?
And we'll also answer, how much does RLE cost? Is there financing available? Does insurance pay for RLE?
Find out how K2 Vision RLE is the permanent solution to glasses, contacts, and readers.
And cataracts too.
Right, no more cataracts.
K2 Vision's free live webinar this Thursday at noon. Space will be limited, so register now at k2visionrle.com.
Join us at our free live webinar this Thursday at noon. Sign up at k2visionrle.com.
With Progressive's collision coverage, my family gets up to $1,000 for vet bills if I'm injured in a car accident. And that makes this Chihuahua really feel like part of the family. What's that? I don't sound like a Chihuahua? Oh, I'm sorry. What exactly am I supposed to sound like? I guess all Chihuahuas are high-strung, riding around in expensive designer purses. Actually, I prefer riding in cars. So I appreciate that my family protects me with Progressive's pet collision coverage. Okay, maybe I am a little high-strung. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Coverage for dogs and cats is included with the purchase of collision coverage and is subject to policy terms.
Rain-X wipers are the #1 wiper blades in America. That means all kinds of drivers choose Rain-X. Big drivers in small cars choose Rain-X. Small drivers in big cars choose Rain-X. Drivers with long hair and short commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with short hair and long commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with pets on board, babies on board, and bored babies on board choose Rain-X. Basically, drivers who love a clear view of the road all choose Rain-X wipers, the #1 wiper blades in America.
Are your investment dollars working as hard as they should be? You've spent years building your future. Don't let outdated advice put it at risk. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. We're a veteran-owned firm proud to bring a new standard of financial care to the Seattle area. Our nationally recognized advisors are fiduciaries, ethically bound to put your interests first. That's the highest standard of care in the industry. As a privately held company, we answer to you, our valued clients, not shareholders. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a customized plan. From Bellevue to Tacoma, get advice you can count on. It's time to take a fresh look at your financial plan. Call Trajan Wealth, 206-466-3300. That's 206-466-3300. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter, dream bigger.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check if they're going for it on 4th down, before going to the concession stand.
Yeah, give me 3 hot dogs, 2 jumbo touchdown, baby! What?
Hey, buddy, you want cheese with those?
Yeah, checking first is smart.
No.
So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
On the job, every minute counts. That's why Lowe's now has ProBlock Quick Dry Primer, expertly manufactured by Sherwin-Williams. Engineered for pros to dry fast and go on smooth for virtually flawless results that keep your job moving. It's available in oil and water-based, and getting it is easy. Order online by 2 p.m. and get free same-day delivery right to your job site. Lowe's, we help, you save. Orders placed after 2 p.m. will be delivered next day. Valid in select zip codes. Subject to driver availability. More terms apply.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports.
Get me a freaking auto!
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
I don't read the internet, guys.
Take the bull by the hands.
And Brooke, you are. And Brooke, you are.
Now here are your hosts, Brock Heward and Mike Salk.
All right, yes, our technical difficulties continue as we don't have Brock at the moment, so we will see if we can get that fixed for you. Sorry, I don't know what's going on. Day after Thanksgiving, and everything's broken. I don't know, maybe the machine ate too much turkey as well. I finally had to call it yesterday. I made the turkey, and it turned out great, by the way. Grilling the turkey turned out awesome. Probably the best turkey I think I've ever had. Certainly the best I've ever made. And so that was great. So I ate, Thanksgiving on Thursday, and then, leftovers Thursday night, and then leftovers Friday for lunch, and then leftovers Friday for dinner, and then Saturday night, and Sunday. And finally, by last night, I was like, I cannot eat the same meal again. I finally needed to do something else. So I was able to branch out for the evening last night after watching the Seahawks game. So, look, it's taken 12 games. We're 12 games into this season. And 12 games in, I think it's fairly safe to say the Seahawks are basically, at their core, who we thought they'd be. And I'm not trying to sit here and quote Dennis Green, but they are basically who we thought they would be, just better, right? We knew they were going to have a good defense. Their defense is not just good, it's great. It's a great defense. It's even better than we thought they would be. We were hoping top 5, right? Definitely thought, okay, they're a top 10 defense. If they can be top 5, then we really got a conversation. They are one of the 3 best defensive teams in the league. Might be number 1. I mean, the Rams are going to be right up there. Denver's right up there. I mean, to me, it's those 3 teams. Houston's really good. But I would say that they are one of the 3 best defenses in the league. And there's no way you can tell me there are 5 defenses better than this one in the league right now. They hit, they rush the passer, they stop the run, they cover, they take the ball away 5 times yesterday. I mean, everything you ask a defense to do, they do it. They're good in the red zone. They're good on the other side of the field. They're good on 3rd and 4th down. I mean, they do it all. They do absolutely everything you want a team to do. They do it well. And that's a credit to Mike Macdonald, credit to John Schneider, a credit to the players, a credit to Aiden Dirty and the rest of the guys on the coaching staff. Everyone deserves credit for how good that defense is. It is even better than we thought it was going to be, and I thought it was going to be good. The offense is good. Honestly, it's better than I thought it would be. Better than I think most of us thought it would be, right? The offensive line has been better, especially in pass protection. And I know we're going to talk about Anthony Bradford today. You have to. We'll talk more about him. I know. Everyone's upset. Me too. I'm with you. But overall, just look at the full picture of 12 games. The offensive line has been better than it's been in a while, especially in pass protection. I know they gave up 4 sacks yesterday. Minnesota does have a good defense, and they get after the passer. The weaponry that I was concerned about has certainly been better than we thought, largely because Jackson's been so good. And I know that they kind of shut him down a little bit yesterday. But in general, again, look at the 12 games. He's been unbelievable. But I think it is fairly safe to say, 12 games into this season, that the offense is the complementary unit. Right? They're the complementary unit. There was some conversation in the first few weeks of the year. Oh, man, look what this team can do offensively and the explosiveness. And, yeah, they've got some of that in there, which is great. And they blew a couple teams out, and the offense had a couple big games. And I think they can do that again. But I think that you see when they play top-quality defenses, some of that explosiveness goes away. Some of the problems on the offensive line show back up. Some of the questions about all of the weaponry, they come back out against really good defenses. And ultimately, as you come down the stretch here with 4 really tough games out of 5, I think that those defenses are going to show up a little bit. San Francisco has one. The Rams have one. Carolina looks like they've got at least a good defense. So they are kind of who we thought they were, just better. Just a little bit better. The offense is good, but it's a complementary unit. That's because of the holes in the interior of the offensive line. And let's be frank, because of the turnovers. And Sam he puts the ball in harm's way a little bit more than you'd like. It's not all picks. He just has the dude just can't hang on to the ball. Been a problem since college. 2 more fumbles yesterday. So you look at what's coming up next and what's coming up left in this season. You got 5 games left to go. You're at 9 wins now. You got 5 games left to go. You play Atlanta on Saturday. You should win that game. I know you got to go to Atlanta. You still got 2 East Coast trips to make, Atlanta and Carolina. You should still beat Atlanta. That's a very, very winnable game. And then I think the gauntlet down the stretch, you look at it now, they got the toughest schedule of any of the teams left in it, certainly in the NFC West. That's a really tough stretch. You got to play Indy, Carolina, at Carolina, and they look like a legitimate, wild card team right now. Maybe they'll end up winning that division depending on what happens with Tampa, but that's a playoff team. Kind of a fringe playoff team, but a playoff team. Indy, who started off like a house of fire and has come back to earth, but I think you got to at least give them credit. They're a playoff team this year. And then obviously the 2 big ones against the Rams and the Niners, and that's your season. So my expectation now, based on what we've seen through 12 games, is that they win 13. I think this should be a 13-win team. Beat Atlanta, go 3-1 in the gauntlet. That, to me, feels like who this team is. 12, that's probably a wild card, to be honest. I mean, a good wild card team, but 12 is probably a wild card team. Yeah, national media, I see the 206. National media thought this was a 500 team. Okay, I thought they were better than that. In fact, I won my bet in Vegas yesterday as the Seahawks beat the 8.5 win over-under. Thank you. Appreciate that. It made up for the bet I made on the Commanders to win it all this year. That didn't pan out. Sorry. And the bet I made on the Mariners to win the World Series. That didn't pan out either. Came close. So thank you to the Seahawks for, I don't make a lot of bet. I'm not a betting guy, but I appreciate that. They helped salvage some of it because, of course, they were going to get to 9 wins. The question now, though, 12 should be automatic, should be expected. And the question is, can you get to 13? And if you get to 13, depending on where the one loss comes, I think there's a very good chance that you end up winning the West and maybe even having that first round bye, which would just be crazy. They get a lot of credit. How they do in this gauntlet, I think, will be decided by how great this defense can be. Can they just continue to embarrass teams the way they did yesterday to Minnesota? And by how both Sam and the interior of the offensive line plays. And that's really it to me. I feel like I know what everyone else is going to do. The defense is going to be great. Can it be so great that it overcomes anything else around them? And then can Sam hang on to the ball? Just hang on to the ball. And can they get the problems fixed on especially the right side of the line? Because watching Anthony Bradford again yesterday, I know he went out with an elbow injury. It felt like he was benched. I don't know if that's the case or not. That was like the feel. They said he hurt his elbow, wasn't going to return. Okay, fine. But it's hard to imagine the coaching staff looking at it and being like, oh, no, what are we going to do without Anthony Bradford in for the rest of the game? They're like, okay, well, let's hope this other guy's better because what we're seeing right now is really challenging. So, Seahawks, what we thought they were, but better. Brock Heward, hopefully going to be with us soon. We'll be right back. We'll give you guys everything you need to know next.
The Hawks get it done at home.
They do it in style with a 26-0 shellacking.
Improving to 9-3, staying with the small pack of teams atop the NFC.
It's intercepted, and this one goes to the house. Jones with a pick six.
Complete coverage at seattlesports.com and the Seattle Sports YouTube page.
That was big for our defense. I feel like it's another level that we can reach.
And the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
I go to Starbucks every day. They introduced the app a number of years ago. I was a very early adopter to mobile ordering with their app. I don't need the cashier experience. I don't need standing in line. I can bypass all of that. That's an efficiency for me. Customers want the same thing. We video inspect all of our cars when they come in for a service appointment. So when we're doing a maintenance visit here, We do a video inspection of your vehicle. The technician shows you what your tires are at, what your brakes are at, what your filters are at. That's what we're sending to people. They open it, they look at it. We generally give them 3 choices. Hey, you can do the minimum, do something in the middle, or do it all. They're in a meeting, but we've met them where they want to be met for quick and efficiency. And that's meeting a lot of new tech customers, but also just transparency, because they can see that video inspection.
The LJ way is the Lee Johnson Auto family.
As a quarterback, you cannot run a winning play with a messy playbook. And most companies' data, well, it's a mess. AI is changing the game, but if your data is scattered, you're stuck on the sidelines. Brock Heward here, and this is where my friends at Marquee Data come in. They get your data in shape, clean, connected, ready to perform, so you can finally put AI to work for your business. Whether sales, finance, or operations, every smart move starts with the right data. So head to mydataqb.com to draw up your game-winning data play today. That's Marquee Data or mydataqb.com.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing.
Mom, how do you feel?
I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay, plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Google of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Comcast Business is celebrating the holidays by giving your business the $1,000 holiday bonus when you switch to a gig speed internet package. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 12, a new laptop for the office holiday hero. Or possibility number 108, smart speakers to deck those hallways. Or possibility number 192, new equipment for the new year. Or possibility number 555, Bluetooth holiday lights for office decor. Switch to Comcast Business, designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect, plus advanced cybersecurity, and now get the $1,000 holiday bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 12/14/25. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Requires qualifying gig package. Other restrictions apply.
Headed outdoors or on the water this weekend? Check in with Joey and Nelly on the Outdoor Line from 6 to 8 a.m. every Saturday on SeattleSports.com.
What's your holiday tradition? It's G. Scott here. For me, it's gathering with loved ones around a meal that brings joy. For many families, that tradition feels out of reach. Next time you shop at Safeway, please donate to Nourishing Neighbors. Your gift provides groceries to families across Washington, giving them access to nutritious food and the dignity to shop like the rest of us and choose what's meaningful for their holiday table. Visit nourishingneighbors.com and donate at your Safeway checkout. That's nourishingneighbors.com.
The Puyallup Tribe of Indians and Salish Cancer Center are excited to announce the 3rd annual Giving Hope Gala. You can help support the Giving Hope Gala December 13th at the Emerald Queen Casino Event Center and raise money for the Patient Financial Assistance Fund. The Salish Cancer Center helps anyone battling cancer, and attending this incredible event supports that cause. For tickets, sponsorship, and additional information on the Giving Hope Gala, visit puyalluptribe-nsn.gov. That's puyalluptribe-nsn.gov.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for honest pricing, expert service, and guaranteed repairs. This dedication has earned them a Carfax Preferred designation. At Bucky's, every customer gets detailed Carfax updates, timely service reminders, and a full service history, all at your fingertips. With 16 family-owned locations, no appointment needed, and easy financing, Bucky's makes auto care simple. Visit Bucky's.com today and drive with confidence. Bucky's.com.
Hey, Mike Salk here for my friends at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel, and obviously New Year's is coming up. Can you believe it? Book your stay at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel for an evening of elegance at a night at the Grand Ball. This New Year's Eve celebration includes the legendary DJ Super Sam. And sports fans, you got to check out the Hawks Peak. You're home for game days with great food and drinks, more than 60 TVs, so you won't miss a play, and a heated, covered outdoor deck with those great views of the Snoqualmie Valley. Seattle's closest is now Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
Shutouts, incredibly rare in the NFL. Maybe you get them occasionally in terrible weather. The Vikings hadn't been shut out since 2007. The Seahawks hadn't shut anybody out since 2015. So, 10, 18 years, depending on where you look at it. I think we're both pretty familiar with the names that were on that Seahawks defense. Well, you can reset both of those clocks. A 26-0 thumping at Lumen Field yesterday. They gave up a total of just 162 yards. That comes with 4 sacks, a forced fumble, 4 picks, including 1 taken back to the house. The Seahawks were essentially perfect.
Quick snap. Bozeman looks and he goes down. He gets blasted by Leonard Williams. The rookie hit his back foot and started to look downfield, and Williams came in from the left side of the Seattle defense, and he just trucked the rookie quarterback, Max Brosmer, the 7th sack of the season for Leo.
And those sacks would continue over the course of the morning, as I mentioned. They had 4 of them, and the picks and the sacks and the fumbles, and just a dominant victory from start to finish. DeMarcus Lawrence using some choice language to explain just how good this defense is.
I don't care. They line up. Excuse my language. They get up. Thank you.
It's pretty true.
Oh,
hello, Brock.
Oh, hello, Michael. How are you?
There you are.
Kind of.
You are. Nice to have you. Good morning.
Oh, has it been a little chaos? Have you felt a little bit like Max Brosmer?
No.
Have you felt like you're just in the pocket wondering what's coming?
I've not felt like Max Brosmer at all, Brock. Thankfully. Yeah, there's been chaos all around us, but Maura, Lyle, and I, the team, we function fine.
Good.
Max Brosmer is incompetent. Incompetent.
Well, come
Brock.
on now.
Nope.
Oh, come on.
He's incompetent. He's not an NFL quarterback.
He's an undrafted rookie free agent.
I don't care what he is, Brock. He's not an NFL quarterback.
Into the most hostile environment with the defense playing as well as anybody on earth.
That guy
Good luck.
He should retire.
Good luck.
He should retire now. This is not for you, Max. This game is not for you. You're going to have to do something else. The offense, just okay yesterday. Sam with 2 more fumbles, lost 1 of them. They did rush for 125 yards, but the average was just under 4 per carry. They settled for 4 field goals. They didn't reach the end zone until the 4th quarter, but on this day, obviously, it was more than enough. Seahawks get to 9-3 in the season, surpass their Vegas number with 5 games left to play. They'll be in Atlanta on Sunday, and then the gauntlet, 4 straight against good teams: Indy, LA, Carolina, and San Francisco.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
All right, well, good news even before that game started. Carolina, who I just mentioned, Brock, they changed the look of the NFC West with a big upset over the Rams. 2 picks, a critical fumble for Matthew Stafford, who has barely turned the ball over this year and turned it over 3 times.
The first one, I'm playing that play the exact same. They did a nice job getting their hands up. Tip ball, that's the name of the game. It's you gotta go play aggressive, and that's fine. Second one, obviously, I can't leave that ball inside. Guy made a nice plays, made a bunch of good plays this year, but can't leave that one inside and give him 7 on that one. So that's tough. And then find a way to hold on to that last one, because we're in field goal range, give us a chance to tie that thing up and let us go play defense. So obviously we're not going to win a whole lot of games when I turn it over 3 times, and hasn't been an issue, and don't expect it to be moving forward.
So that's one way to handle a loss and turning the ball over. If you're looking for another one, Brock, I could take you from L.A. to Pittsburgh, because this is how your friend Aaron Rodgers decided to handle the loss.
When there's film sessions, everybody shows up. And when I check to a route, you do the right route, Like John and I just weren't on the same page. I checked to his in breaker, and he ran out breaker. John is a true professional, so I'm sure he's sick about that.
I gotta tell you, man, he's despicable. He really, there's nothing redeeming. Zero. He's become a despicable person.
Yeah, he's become very, I think, very difficult to root for anybody. I mean, that's just, we don't see everything behind the scenes. We don't know the conversations behind the scenes, but the public stuff is...
That's unforgivable. That is unforgivable. Honestly, Brock, those comments are inexcusable, unforgivable. And if Mike Tomlin wants to, keep any shred of dignity, he should send this guy out of his building now and forever.
You know what's remarkable is, back to the first one, back to the Rams, that is a remarkable thing about Stafford. What was it, 7 games, like 21 touchdowns or 25 touchdowns, no interceptions? Because as you saw Minnesota yesterday too, man, balls get tipped, balls go off hands, balls get dropped, balls pop up in the air. And for them to have that streak, you knew it was going to end, and good thing it did end, because now the Bears, the Seahawks, the Rams, all tied for the top spot in the NFC.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
Probably not a big surprise on Saturday. Brock, Huskies fall in their regular season finale at home to Oregon. Credit to them for keeping it relatively close, at least in the first half. But they finished the season now 8-4, 5-4 in the Big Ten. What comes next? I guess either the LA Bowl on December 13th or the Holiday Bowl on January 2nd?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think those are the two scenarios. I think there is a fair amount of momentum for the LA Bowl. And frankly, with all the coaching carousel, all of the calendar in college football, there's almost kind of an advantage to getting that done and then trying to get everybody signed, sealed, and delivered.
The LA Bowl is December 13th.
That's
it's
right.
Really, it's in less than 2 weeks.
Yes, a week away.
Yes. And it's crazy. And then the Holiday Bowl is late this year. It's January 2nd.
That's right. So just kind of what do you want? Do you want to play at SoFi? Do you want to play down at the Padres Stadium down there? Again, with all the moving
I think
pieces.
it's somewhere new. It's a Snapdragon Stadium.
Oh, that's right. It's San Diego State Stadium that they built there.
Yeah. Not a great hockey weekend on the scoreboard. Kraken mauled at home on Saturday, gets shut out by the Oilers 4-0. They also, Brock, placed your guy, their leader, both in points and goals, Jaden Schwartz on IR. He's going to miss, I think it's 6 to 8 weeks. They're off till Thursday when they have the Oilers again, this time up in Edmonton. But the PWHL debuted in Seattle on Friday, Brock. I was there. I was one of 16,014 people. An American attendance record for a women's hockey game. Unbelievable. They did lose. For the first period, and then it kind of got away from them. Minnesota has won the last 2 championships, so they're playing a pretty good team. Anyway, it was a lot of fun, and I'll be back there on Wednesday night for Game 2. That is everything you need to know.
Well, not everything.
Quarter past every hour here on the Brock and Salk Show. One other thing to know, unfortunately. Well,
Sumner Spartans took care of the Puyallup Vikings. Pretty big upset there. O'Day, final play of the game, sack Bellevue to win by 1 possession. And, we had a sack fumble. Very controversial call. Yours truly may not have handled it with the most grace. There may be stories later. There might be a story. I didn't lose my testimony. Let me be very clear. But,
I heard I didn't lose my test, and I wasn't sure where that sentence was going. So testimony. Got it. Okay.
No. 21-13. We had the lead. Oh, Michael, if you were there, you would have been. We ran the screen pass that would have put us up 16-7 or 20-7 that the refs called incorrectly, men downfield. I have a little iPad, so I see exactly, like I do in a broadcast booth, what happened. And our guys were downfield, but you can catch a screen out or behind the line, which we did. And, that was a turning point, big one, but we drove it down, gave ourselves a shot, and fell 21-13 to the top dog and stay. Played our freaking butts off. Boys defensively knocked balls out, gave us a chance, but, one step short, unfortunately.
Bummer. All right. Well,
pretty
good season for Titus, though.
It was pretty fun, man.
Pretty good season for Titus.
Pretty good
We're
fun.
going to give him a lot of credit.
All
right. Well, Brock, I'm glad we got things fixed. I'm glad you were now with us. So here's what we're going to do. We will have Mike Macdonald at 9:30. We got some Blue 88 coming up here in 20 minutes. I wanted to ask you some big picture questions, though, about this Seahawks team, where they're at and what we've been seeing. We'll do it next on Brock and Salk.
Be the first to hear from Seahawks head coach Mike Macdonald the morning after every game on the Mike Macdonald Show.
Good morning, Coach. How are you? This thing on? On and ready for you.
The morning after every Seahawks game at 9:30 with Brock and Salk.
Being in front of the 12s is going to be a lot of fun. Trying to bring everybody together so we can push in the same direction.
Get the podcast on the Seattle Sports app and seattlesports.com. It's the Mike Macdonald Show, only on Seattle Sports, the home of the Seahawks.
Hey, nice job, Pete. I like those clean lines. Fellas, do we have anyone that can get to Greenport today?
At Corey's Landscaping, the staffing plan is in the weeds.
Anthony, we need that leaf blower over here. 3 more new customer requests just came in. Who wants to work some overtime?
He needs to dig up quality landscapers and fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. You'll find exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 50% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. From holiday hosting to unforgettable gifts, Omaha Steaks delivers the world's best steak experience. And now, during their Sizzle All the Way sale, you can get 50% off site-wide at omahasteaks.com. Plus, our listeners get an extra $35 off with promo code SKY at checkout. I was lucky enough to receive Omaha Steaks as a gift, and it was everything I had hoped for. Items were individually packaged so I could cook for the entire family. Or if I was the only one home, I would treat myself with a delicious steak, sides, and even dessert. I loved those nights by myself. Right now is the perfect time to save on delicious gifts and holiday hosting favorites. Every steak is perfectly aged to maximize tenderness and hand-cut by master butchers in America's heartland. It's holiday magic made easy. Save big on gourmet gifts and more holiday favorites with Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com for 50% off site-wide during their Sizzle All the Way sale. And for an extra $35 off, use promo code SKY at checkout. Terms apply. See site for details. That's omahasteaks.com, code SKY.
Hi, I'm Justin Shirley. We offer 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 24 months on new roofs. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF now. State Roofing and Exteriors. Held to a higher standard since 1968.
Hey, it's Brock Ewart here, and you got to take the First Mark Insurance Challenge. It could save you a lot of money and get your family better coverage. First Mark has saved my family thousands of dollars every year. Take the First Mark Challenge. It's totally free. Just simply go to firstmarkinsurance.com.
The best time of the year is here, Toyotathon. Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton are providing you with the largest savings and the widest selection of inventory on Toyota favorites like Tacomas and Tundras, the Gas RAV4, the Hybrid RAV4, and the Hybrid Camry. It's Toyotathon at TOK and TOR. That's ToyotaofKirkland.com and ToyotaofRenton.com. Whether you're in the north or the south, they got you covered. Get a test drive, meet the wonderful staff, get a new car. It's Toyotathon, people. Come on.
O'Brien. Bonneville International radio station contests are open to participants 18 years of age or older that are residents of Washington State unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contests are not eligible to win unless the station otherwise specifies at its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 60 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. Full general contest rules are available on seattlesports.com or in person at the station during regular business hours.
The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports. Touchdown! Seahawks! Ken Walker III! Get everything Seahawks at seattlesports.com.
For over 113 years, Pacific Lamp and Supply Company has been your #1 lighting specialist in Washington, from the Space Needle in Seattle all the way to the Riverwalk in Spokane. With the largest lighting inventory in Washington, Pacific Lamp's knowledgeable and experienced staff can assist with any lighting issue, including intricate lighting and control designs. Plus, they work with all utilities in Washington to get you the best available lighting rebates. Pacific Lamp and Supply Company, Washington's lighting experts since 1912. Visit pacificlamp.com.
Dave Wyman here, joined by a very special guest, Dr. Daniel Landis, a multiple-time recipient of the Seattle Top Doctor Award. He's on the Swedish CyberKnife team treating prostate cancer and accepting new patients. Dr. Landis, how does CyberKnife compare to other prostate cancer treatments?
So one of the advantages of the CyberKnife platform is that the treatment can be concluded in just 5 days, as opposed to other treatments that require anywhere from 26 to 42 days of radiation.
How do patients feel about their experience?
Patients overall tell me that their experience was really amazing. They had minimal disruption of their lives. They didn't have to take time off work. And they tell me it's like Star Trek, where you push a button and the cancer can go away.
That really is amazing. It's almost too good to be true. If you, a friend, or a family member is diagnosed with prostate cancer, consider treatment with Swedish CyberKnife. Go to swedish.org/CyberKnifeProstate. Treat prostate cancer with Swedish CyberKnife.
With football season comes colder weather, so if you need new windows and doors, don't drop the ball. Steve Rabel here with Keith Dashafee from locally owned Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. So Keith, what's your next big play?
Well, Steve, right now get 40% off qualifying installs or no payments and no interest for 12 months on approved credit.
Schedule a free consultation with Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Go to PellaPNW.com. That's PellaPNW.com.
This hour of the Brock and Salk Show is powered by Star Rentals, preferred supplier to the West's best contractors.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
All right, we'll do specific questions at Blue 88 Brock in 15 minutes, of course, our 3 good football questions every day. But I got a couple of maybe more bigger picture football questions for you that I was hoping we could discuss here for the 15 minutes preceding that. And I'll kind of start here. The last couple of wins, right, over Tennessee and then yesterday over Minnesota. What were they? Like, I'm trying to come up with the right word for them. Were they sloppy? Were they just complimentary? Were they actually dominant and were being maybe a little too hard on? Like, they were both wins over mediocre to bad teams. Tennessee has problems all over the place. Minnesota has a good defense and an offense that I can't even speak to how bad that quarterback was in that game. I mean, that was not a professional grade quarterback. So why don't these wins seem more impressive? Am I judging them compared to the blowout wins they had a few weeks before? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, I think the standard has been lifted. Like this, the goal this year was what? What was the goal of us and most Seahawks fans? Like, hey, can you actually take a step? Nobody thinks you will. Everybody thinks you're going backwards. Everybody thinks you got rid of DK, you got rid of Geno. Sam Darnold's the 29th best quarterback in the league. He had just an aberration last year. You're not Vegas. It's usually pretty good with some of their numbers, and like 8.5 wins. Like that was, I think, nationally all of the expectation. Right, in the power rankings going into week number 1, you're in the 20s. That's a 7-8 win team after coming off of a 10-win season. And I think a lot of us that were pretty close to it are like, I don't know, like this organization's never taken that big a step backwards, and there's a lot of good players. And if Sam is what he was last year, and they could actually complement this defense, I mean, there could be some big things on the horizon, and certainly they could get to 10 wins again if they did it last year. And here we are. So I think they've moved, Salk. I think they've moved the expectation meter. I think when you're sitting at 9-3 and you're tied for the best record in the NFC, I think with the way this defense is playing is one of the most elite defenses in all the NFL now on a national stage, on a small market stage, on versus Aaron Rodgers and C.J. Stroud versus, backups to backups and rookies. Like, it doesn't matter. This defense has been that dominant. So I think now the standard and expectations have been raised. And so when you win 26-0, there's still stuff to nitpick. When you win, basically by 2 possessions in Tennessee until they, convert fourth downs and everything else and make it look closer on the scoreboard in a game you physically dominated, then, yeah, I think it leaves a little to be desired. And most importantly, come on now. You asked the question and you know the answer. If Sam was humming and throwing for 300 yards,
everything seems fine. You blow out both teams.
Then all of a sudden you're number 1 in everybody's power rankings.
Yeah, I think that's probably right. It just that the offense has, I wouldn't say they're bad. They've just come back to maybe closer to expectations here over the last couple of weeks. Or Look, they're still better than I think I thought they would be when the year, before the year started, but they don't look as good as they did early in the season when the explosive plays were nonstop. And, there was always going to be a level of adjustment. The question is can you now make your adjustments in order to get back to having that same level of success? And I guess then you get to the next question, which is why is the ball in harm's way so much? Why is the ball in harm's way as often as it is? The one thing about this team we know for certain is that this defense is an A+. I know, Brock, we're going to talk through whether or not this is the best defensive line we've ever seen. I saw your tweet about it. I want to get some clarity before I fully digest it.
I'd like to debate it, too.
I'd like to understand what you're saying.
Yes. I'm a verbal processor.
We're going to do that in a moment. We'll get there in just a sec. But the one thing we know is that they're great, regardless of whether they're the best ever or not. Like, they're great. Don't put the ball in harm's way. Don't make their life harder.
Well, he didn't do it with his arm throwing it as much yesterday. It was 2 sacked fumbles, right? I mean, unfortunately. It's that line you're going to walk. Do you want the ball in harm's way, or do you want to take 4 sacks? And unfortunately for Sam, there is a track record and a history, and I'd like to see it changed. I'd like to see when you get hit, all of a sudden, like you firm up. And the ball doesn't just bounce out of your hands. But this has been,
How do you teach that? Can you teach that?
I don't know. It is weird. I had a lot of failures as a quarterback, a lot. But the one thing I didn't fumble a lot. Maybe I did. I had really big hands, And I remember, and maybe I was partly concussed. I remember getting hit in the Rose Bowl. This is true versus UCLA, not in the game, but playing them. And I got hit, and the dude hit me so hard. And that the ball, my hand was seized up with the ball, it was him and then the ball. The ball was on his back, and my hand was cramped up, frozen, I was frozen. And I probably was concussed. But how did I still not fumble? That was, I guess, one of my decent strengths. And it's a challenge for Sam because the ball security is too loose in the pocket. I wouldn't say he put the ball in harm's way down the field. No. I would say that he was much more willing to kind of hold it. And if I got to take a sack, I'd rather do that than give them a pick.
And I was okay with that. It's the fumbles have been a thing for him forever, right? I mean, that, honestly, if there's one thing that has been a through line for him going all the way back to USC is just it's fumbles in big moments. And unfortunately, it's sort of the one thing that kept that game closer than you would want it to be yesterday. All right, so then let's get to the fun stuff, which is the defense. Brock, this defense is insane. Now, I could spend at least an hour talking about Max Brosmer if you wanted me to. What did I see Lefko tweet from Aaron Schatz this morning? That was the worst DVOA game ever by an offense. Ever. Yeah. Worst ever.
Well, they couldn't run it. I mean, by the offense, right? I mean, they couldn't protect it. They couldn't run it. So you couldn't do anything to protect against what he did and did not see.
But also you could stack the box against them because you knew he couldn't throw the ball. I mean, it was, I hate to invoke the name, Brock, but he looked like Max Hall.
And you know what's remarkable? It was the start of the broadcast. Joe Davis and Greg Olson are up in the broadcast booth, Salk, and you did watch. Bless your heart. Thank you.
I happened to have watched that game that you called it, right?
You watched UNC in Minnesota.
Yes, I did.
Yes.
Only because you had the call.
That's right. And it was a season opener. And if you honestly.
Same problem.
Gosh, I think.
Damn thing. Everyone's like, oh, this guy. Wait till you see Max Brosmer.
Yes.
The kid from UNH. He's changed the building. Everyone in Minnesota loves him.
He's got a brain like Tom Brady. I mean, I don't want to put the cart before the horse, but I've never been around a better communicator.
Oh, my God.
The guy absorbed the system. We could do so much more.
I was watching you guys that day, and then I watched he was awful.
Yes.
I was like, are they kidding? This kid I can't even believe he played at New Hampshire. What are you talking about?
And then they go through the whole season as a Gopher, and then they go through the offseason, and PJ Fleck, you heard the stories after the game, right? They were the reason he got invited to the combine, and afterwards, oh, man, I wish we wouldn't have gotten the combine. We could have just snuck him through. Well, he snuck him through anyway because there's not a lot of plus attributes. Right? There's not plus size.
He's awful.
There's obviously plus brain and plus communication.
Maybe.
But then
the brain did not translate to quick thinking in the games, and his accuracy, Brock, was Aaron Corp-like. I mean, he was an awful combination of two of the worst quarterbacks I've ever watched. Max Hall with the arm and Aaron Corp with the accuracy. This poor guy. He shouldn't have been out there. It was unfair to him, unfair to his family, and he should honestly think about retirement after that game. But this defense is insane. So you asked afterwards, is this now help me with the question.
So I'm sitting there during the game, and I do these little reaction videos now, and I try to mix them up for the audience. Sometimes they're on the couch. Sometimes yesterday was out back. Some of the Christmas lights in the background. I thought it was one of the better canvases. And as the game is going on, I'm thinking to myself, what's going to be my 1 minute reaction? It's kind of cool. It just kind of puts my brain in that spot. And my brain, over the course of that, and watching DeMarcus and watching Leonard and watching Boye and watching Derek and watching Murph and watching even Peely and those, I don't want to be just prisoner of the moment.
Right.
This is now, they're fourth in the league with 40 sacks. They got 40 sacks.
So I need to know what you're saying. Are you saying, you said
this is the best
defensive front. So what does that mean? 4.
This is the best defense.
So you're not saying front 7.
No.
And you're not saying best defense.
No.
Because defense, I think we'd still say no, not yet.
No. Defense is not there yet. And the front 7 with Bobby and KJ and that crew and all the time on task together, they're not there yet. I'm talking about the front.
So who is included when you say front? Do you include the outside linebackers?
No.
Does that include?
Well, Hall, if you want to put Hall and Mafe. It's the 4 guy. They play so much 4 down.
DeMarcus
it is
Lawrence?
their 2 hockey shifts of 8 guys that they play through there. And by the way, they just have done this for the last 4 weeks without Jaron Reed.
I just mentioned that earlier. I kind of forgot about Jaron Reed, who's been awesome this year.
Yes.
So you're talking about Leonard Williams.
Yes.
Byron Murphy.
Yep.
Who else? You're talking about DeMarcus
Uchenna,
Lawrence and Chenna.
Boye, Hall,
DeMarcus Lawrence. And then
in
this
then
case,
add in
Bohannon
Mike Morris,
and Peely.
Bohannon, Peely, and those 3, and then Jaron Reed.
Jaron Reed, yes. Yeah, I just never.
So compare that. So I wasn't here before 2000, before really Legion of Boom time. So I can't speak to the 05 defense or anything like that.
No.
But so the comparison on the Legion of Boom team would be who? You'd be saying Brandon Mebane.
Bennett, Averill.
Michael Bennett, Cliff Averill, Bruce Irvin, Chris Clemens, and then who? Tony McDaniel.
Yeah, they rotated through those guys.
What was the other guy's name? Clinton McDonald.
Uh-huh. It's
pretty
close.
That's just pretty good. I don't know.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good, but there was no Leonard Williams.
No, there wasn't. But Mebane, don't sell Mebane short, man. He was awesome.
Mebane and what Murphy are doing are pretty similar.
Yeah, that's probably right.
What DeMarcus Lawrence is doing, what Chenna,
I know.
Boy, Derek Hall are doing. It led me, honestly, and to do this for the last 4 weeks again without Jaron Reed is just kind of the top.
Got to throw Red Bryant on there too, Brock, for what he did.
Yeah.
Stout.
Yeah, I mean they were really good.
I don't know, Brock.
It'll be a great DJ question.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. I think you're asking
what this group is, though. What this group is.
The reality is you got to do it for longer in order to get there. But I think you're asking the right question. Is that a fair answer to it? I think that team did it for, first of all, a whole year, but even more than that, 2 or 3 years.
And then Clemens wasn't there the next year, right? Like so.
In 14.
Correct.
Right.
Correct. And Big Red was kind of growing into his different role, and Bruce played more. Bruce would not be necessarily included because he played a ton of strong side linebacker. These guys play; they basically are the 4 down guys. So if you throw Bruce in there, then it gets to be a real good debate, conversation.
No, it's a conversation, man. It's a fun one. Regardless, can they carry a team to a Super Bowl? Because the offense over the last few, if the offense is what it is, can this defense be good enough to carry a team to the Super Bowl?
No, not in this NFC. Nope, you got to play complementary ball. Like you've got to be able to complement that defense with a run game that is percolating the last 4 weeks and looking a lot better, and with a passing game that is good, and then a red zone in these situations, Salk, that No, you can't win the whole stinking thing unless you can really do it in all of those phases. Not in the NFC, maybe in the AFC, because the AFC has got a bunch of teams that I think have a lot more flaws than the Rams do, right? Than even Philadelphia does, than the San Francisco, frankly, and then the whole NFC North between Green Bay, Chicago, and crew up there, and the Lions that are still, you're going to have to play complementary ball. One side is not going to carry you to the NFC championship or NFC title. you're going to have to do it in all 3 phases. And 2 of the phases
look pretty darn good.
Are pretty darn elite.
Pretty good. All right, let's go from the broad to the specific. Some Blue 88s.
This is Brock and Salk's Blue 88, powered by Xfinity.
We're going to go red, right, tight, close, sprint left, G, U corner, halfback, flat, on one. Ready?
Brock Heward tackles 3 football questions as only he can.
Blue 88.
Now here's your hosts, Brock Heward and Mike Salk.
All right, 4 sacks for the Seahawks, but unfortunately 4 sacks against the Seahawks yesterday. Brock, what did Minnesota do to get to the quarterback?
And I believe, weren't those all in the first half? For sure 3 of the 4. I think maybe even all 4 of them were in the first half against Sam. This is a hard defense. You know, I was saying, I think on Wednesday, Salk, that I remember to left go. I remember watching the QB documentary. You remember when Kirk Cousins went back last year as a Falcon and played up in Minnesota? And they end up losing. After the game, it is a love fest with Kirk. I mean, it's one after another, all their guys. And he said to Flores after the game, listen, you guys are a problem. This is a problem. That, like, you're so well coached and well planned. And usually, Salk, when you play a team that is the number 1 blitzing team in the league, they're unsound. Usually you get them. Right, usually like, they tried that, they rolled the dice. Sorry, that's unsound behind it. And Minnesota's not, and they keep things in front. They mix enough coverages, and then the really hard thing, and I know Bradford got absolutely destroyed, and I'll get to him in a second. The really hard thing that they do is they put all their linemen up in those linebacker in those gaps. So what that causes, from a protection standpoint, is you've got to do what? You got to protect from the inside out. Because if you don't, and you don't block that A-gap linebacker, guess what? Point A to B, especially when you're under center, you're dead. So you've got to protect from the inside out, and that means guards, centers, tackles have to communicate. And typically, it's what's called a hard call. Hard. Like, I'm coming down in this gap hard. I've got to block this guy. And then the other tackle, he's got to come down. Then the tight end, he's got to come down, right? So you try to leave the edges as the last guys for the quarterback to take care of. And otherwise, you're dead on arrival. But then they drop out of it, and then they mix those looks. And then what did those edge guys do yesterday? They got their hands up and knocked down about 5 different balls. Didn't even rush. We're just like, nope. We're going to let all that stuff, and we're going to make hard calls. You're going to try to get the ball out, and then we're just going to play volleyball with you and bat it down 4 or 5 times. It was a really, really hard plan to deal with in the first half. Second half, you got to your adjustments. You got to your screen game that I think you could have got to quicker. You got to outside run. Why do they keep running all that toss? Because those bodies and that massive humanity, right, at the inside line of scrimmage, get out of it. Get outside. And they kept chipping away, and they ran it again 30 times and finally got to some answers to slow them down, to dictate, because Minnesota really did an amazing job of that in the first quarter and a half.
All right, question number 2.
Did I paint that picture?
I think so. Yeah, that's actually really helpful. Yeah, very nice. Help us with this one too, Brock. What's going on with Anthony Bradford?
Yeah, man, it's
the right guard of the Seahawks. It just, unfortunately for him, they just kept spotlighting him again and again yesterday. And every time something went wrong, it's like, oh no, it's the same guy.
And again, yes. And that's what it looks like. And I think that is going to be unfair. Mike Macdonald will come on here in 2 hours, and he knows what the calls were supposed to be. But there's just too many times, and it was in the run game, that really started to aggravate me. Okay, those are hard things in the protection game. I get it. Right, to communicate, and everybody's got to be on the same page, and those are really hard to just single out one guy and say he stinks. But let me tell you something. When you're running a G concept and you're pulling around, and you don't get your big butt outside there, and you let that end man on the line ear hole your running back, I mean, that was a shot. Charbonnet is fortunate to get up from that. Like, come on, man. That's not being a good teammate. Get out of your stance and get moving and get going. And, those are the ones that really irritate you. I think most of us thought he was benched. It turns out he had an elbow deal that opened the door for Haynes. And let's hope Haynes can run with this thing. He doesn't move tremendously either, but
I shudder to think, Brock, at what must be wrong with Christian Haynes to not be in the game.
Well, he's not a tremendous movement guy. That's what it is. He's a bigger-bodied guy with heavy hands and really
so is Anthony Bradford.
Correct, but neither of them are great movers.
All right, but could it be worse? Maybe it can. I mean, like, I think that's the terrifying thing. Why did you want Sesame Street as a part of this?
Just because the other four are moving pretty good, man. Because Abe Lucas moves. Because Gray Zabel moves. Because Cross really moves. Because Olu is moving okay. And hopefully Sundell can come back off of that IR. But yeah, that's the one position on that line that's not like the rest. That just athletically and twitch and move just.
One of these things is not
Is this
like
what you wanted?
the others.
Oh, yeah.
One of these
Did you enjoy
It
it?
just doesn't belong. Can
Were
you
you good with
guess
it?
which thing is doing his own thing?
You know that this also furthered my color blindness.
Because you couldn't tell.
I was like,
They all look the
what's
same.
not like the others? What am I missing? Am I dumb? Do I need to go to some other classes?
They're all brown. I don't understand.
I
Green,
can
brown.
figure out
I
these
can't
other
see the
shapes.
difference.
I can see this one's a different shape. This one's a different size. Mom, what's wrong? What's wrong with this one?
That's funny. Question number 3.
Hey, meatloaf.
Greg Olson continued to kind of drive me crazy yesterday, Brock. He's really, desperate to prove that all the Seahawks want to do is run the ball. It's like, Greg, they're the number 1 volume rushing team in the league. What are you talking about? I don't get it. Can you help me?
Well, yes. I was a little more frustrated with hey, man, they're playing this conservatively. Just relax.
Right. And that
They're
was
not
also
trying to-
bizarre.
Not trying to score on every play, and okay.
Right,
that'd be great to take the time out, and you'd have only one going. Okay, they're just trying to get to 2 scores or 3 scores ahead. That's it. Because they're just trying to win. They're not trying to put up explosive plays.
Totally agree with you.
Yes. So the Seahawks this year, Salk, are, as they mentioned on the broadcast, from a run-pass balance, number 1 run team in the league. Someone looked at their numbers. Through 12 games, they've run it 359 times. You know what that average is? 30 a game.
A lot.
You know where they were last year?
I'm going to guess.
22.5.
Yeah, wow.
22.5, which was 4th fewest in the league. Couldn't play complimentary ball. What were they in 13 or 14, you may ask, in their 2 Super Bowl runs? How about 31.8 and 32.8? Both second in the NFL. I mean, there is a commitment to it because they fully believe that it complements their system and it complements their special teams and it complements their defense. And it protects against some of the giveaways that have been a problem this year, right? That's what they believe. And by the way, their 2 running backs look as healthy and strong and fresh as anybody in the league. And 4 of the 5 linemen, have been, and actually all 5 have been there's been continuity, at least in 4 of the 5 spots. Sundell being out, but Olu steps in, right? I mean, there has been some continuity developed there. So, yeah, they're not going to apologize for a conservative plan yesterday and B, to run it a lot more than they throw it, because I think they believe too, when it gets really ugly in the weather in December and January, and we saw some really ugly January playoff runs to a Super Bowl in 13 and 14, you better be able to run it and win the line of scrimmage.
Thank you, Brock. That's today's Blue 88. That's a good point, and I think I kind of have that as one of my takeaways. But just to even mention it now, Mike Macdonald is too purposeful. He does things with a reason. The idea that he just I don't feel like taking time. Oh, I forgot. No.
No.
He had a very clear, decisive plan for how he wanted to play the final couple minutes of the first half, knowing what was going to come out in the second half. And if he was another coach, I might sit here and say, I don't know. He felt like maybe he wasn't sure what he wanted to do, indecisive. Nope. He knew exactly what he wanted to do.
We're going to minimize possessions.
Absolutely.
We're going to go in. We're not going to give them the ball, and we're going to go in with the lead, and we're going to get the ball to begin the second half.
100%.
13-0 is 13-0. If it ends up being 16-0, great. It's going to be 16-0. But
Right.
we are not going to put the ball in harm's way, nor create any extra possessions for them.
That's right. We're just going to make sure we win this game. And knowing that they just can't move the ball on us, this is the best way to go about doing that. It does lead me to the next point I wanted to make, Brock. The jury is in. The jury has come back. They've reached a decision.
Really?
It's next on Brock and Salk.
The Hawks get it done at home.
They do it in style with a 26-0 shellacking.
Improving to 9-3, staying with the small pack of teams atop the NFC.
It's intercepted, and this one goes to the house. Jones with a pick six.
Complete coverage at seattlesports.com and the Seattle Sports YouTube page.
That was big for our defense. I feel like it's another level that we can reach.
And the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
What if you could have reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most. That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family's banking on bandwidth. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger. But your Wi-Fi? It would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit buckys.com.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com. This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
You gave years, maybe decades to your job. You showed up, worked hard, and planned for retirement. But now the company's changed, or maybe you've taken a buyout or been forced into early retirement. So what happens next? I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you've built up a 401k or thrift savings plan, now is the time to ask, is that money really working for you? Many workplace retirement plans offer limited options and even less guidance. At Trajan Wealth, we help people just like you roll over their accounts into IRAs with more flexibility and personalized investment strategies built around your goals. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a personalized plan. We operate on veteran values, service, trust, and doing what's right. Your next chapter starts now. Call Trajan Wealth, 206-466-3300. That's 206-466-3300.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
When businesses thrive, communities score. That's why Bank of America is the official bank of FIFA World Cup here in Seattle. And our more than 95 local business specialists are ready to help your business win. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/local business. Bank of America, official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America Corporation, all rights reserved.
What's up, everybody? It's Michael Bumpus. Seattle U's men's basketball team is hosting some big games at Climate Pledge. Come see teams like Washington State, and Gonzaga. First game is December 7th against UTEP. Grab your tickets at goseattleu.com/tickets. Red Hawks rising.
The Pacific Northwest is the perfect backdrop for the holiday season. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law reminds us that the roadways don't always agree.
It's that combination of additional travel, changes in routine, and winter weather that make this the most dangerous time of the year to be behind the wheel.
Any safety tips to help commuters keep the holidays joyful?
The number one cause of accidents remains distracted driving, even during the holidays. So store that cell phone in a place that eliminates temptation. It's imperative we set the example for our teens. Also, be aware of abrupt changes in the weather and prepare for it. Sometimes it's as simple as allowing additional distance for following or stopping. Lastly, make sure your vehicle is properly maintained for winter.
That includes four-wheel drive and chains when required at the pass. Please follow these safety precautions from my good friends at Pendergast Law and keep you and your neighbors safe this holiday season.
Happy holidays from all of us at Pendergast Law.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports.
Give me a freaking auto!
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
Brock Heward and Mark was sorry about just Mike
Heward. Not exactly Joe Cap there in the pocket.
Now here are your hosts, Brock Heward and Mike Salk.
That's an interesting text. 206. Hearing Greg Olsen totally discount the benefits of actually committing to running the ball and how it opens up passing options really proved how toxic he likely was in the locker room for us. That's interesting. I hadn't thought about it that way.
It was interesting looking at those numbers, by the way, 13 and 14 and 15, and you do see a very clear, even in 2020, their 12-win season, they were in the bottom third of rushing attempts, and then it just continued to dwindle away and away and away, and, you know, I think if Greg were here, he would say, if you want to be a volume run team, that is great, but you have to have explosives. And Mike Macdonald would not disagree with that.
I don't think anyone would disagree with that. I don't think we would disagree with that. No one would. But the idea that they're just trying to get to explosives out of heavy personnel, I'm sorry, that doesn't look to be the case. It looks like they like to run the ball a lot, which is why they're the highest volume running team in the NFL.
But also, if they're going to be a championship team, and you ask me, can this D-line carry you to a Super Bowl? And that answer is no. What you have to have then are explosive runs.
Yep.
You know, more explosive runs. Ken's got some of those, but like collectively and as a group, and Cooper Kupp was talking in great detail about that, about when this tape is going to be very enlightening because, you know, you play good defenses. And Minnesota's good defense. It takes everybody doing their job, and one guy can't break down because if one guy doesn't do his job blocking, you're not going to get an explosive run in the NFL. Those are really hard to come by.
The jury, Brock, I think, is still out on Sam Darnold. I'm not.
Oh, man, I thought your jury was going to be about your livers.
Oh, no, my mom's chopped liver?
Yeah, I was a chopped liver.
Brock, it was so good, I can't even tell you.
So how was the Mayflower dinner?
Everything was good. Every single thing at my dinner was good. It really was. Barbecued the turkey, came out great. Grilled turkey, unbelievable. Brined it overnight, and this whole deal with apple cider and lemon and orange and garlic and rosemary and thyme. It was unbelievable. And then grilled that sucker on indirect heat. It was phenomenal.
Okay.
We did lobster mac and cheese.
Did I see salmon too? Did I see fish?
I just threw a little steelhead on there at the very end for some of the people that don't eat turkey.
Gotcha.
But I mean, the sweet potatoes were everything. It was everything was great.
You think you gained any weight over the stretch?
I don't want to talk about that necessarily. Today is a day
well,
of
the jury is out.
Getting right back to East Side Weight Loss Clinic.
The jury
today.
is out. I'm looking at you on video, and the jury is out.
It was a lot of leftovers too over the last few. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to hold back. But now, kind of rein it back in.
Yeah, it's December 1st. Here we go.
The jury is out on Sam Darnold. I don't know yet. I've been very unwilling to commit one way or the other on Sam, and I feel the same way today. Nothing has changed. I'm not sitting here telling you I don't think he's good, and I'm not sitting here crowning him. I'm just saying I still don't really know, and I'm frustrated to be in that spot 12 games in, but that's where we're at. What I do know, and what every single jury would come back in immediately with an answer to, is that Mike Macdonald is an excellent, excellent coach. I'm sold. I don't need to see any more on this. Mike Macdonald is an excellent
Sold to the lady in the second row. She's an 8, she's a 9, she's a 10, I know.
I know this is not necessarily
is Mike an 8 or a 9 or a 10, you know?
I don't know, man, but he's great. He's great. He's a great coach. His defensive scheme is great. It works. His play calling, I know he gets mad at himself and will tell us, at 9:30, well, I blew it here, blew it there, whatever, man. His play calling, on the whole, sure seems to work. His in-game decision-making, I think, is top-notch. I think it's as good as anybody's in the league. I love the way he calls the game from a decision-making executive standpoint. His leadership, his culture, his discipline, all of it seems to work. And I just want to sit here today, and not that we haven't said it before, but I'll say it loudly and proclaim it again this morning. If drafting Russell Wilson in the 3rd round was probably John Schneider's best and signature move, along with all the guys in the LOB and getting KJ late and Richard late and Cam late, all of that whole group, but probably like summed up best by getting Russell Wilson in the 3rd round. If that was his signature move, this might pass it. Hiring Mike Macdonald may end up being the best move John Schneider ever made. And that's not to sneeze at a lot of the other ones. But this guy's unbelievable. It's an A-plus hire. As we sit here now, a year and a half past it, this is an A-plus hire. And there were a lot of other options, and some of them have turned out well, some of them haven't. Dan Quinn has been up and down. Jim Harbaugh's been up and down. I don't know, more up than down.
More up than down.
Mike Vrabel has turned out to be pretty darn good in New England. So, there were other, and if he had a way to get Ben Johnson, he's been really, really good. There have been other guys that have been good. But this guy's been a home run. Yeah. He's been phenomenal, and I'm just so incredibly impressed on a day-to-day basis on how he has coached this team, how he has managed to evolve the culture from what it was under Pete without sacrificing the way he wants it to be. The transition has been almost seamless.
Yeah.
And add that to some real strengths in the way his defense operates, his conviction, the courage of his conviction, and then his in-game decision-making. Man, I just love this guy. I just love him.
So how about just very simply, beyond any of the numbers and the X's and O's and the decision-making and all of it, but how about just how freaking hard these guys play? It is what every coach at that level strives for. It is what Chris Collinsworth was talking about last night with a Washington team whose season is lost, but man, did they still lay it on the line for Dan and play really, really hard. How many times you heard Pete, and maybe even privately at times with Pete, where he's like, golly, it's just not resonating. It's just not hitting. Guys aren't,
Brock, if there is one play that exemplifies exactly what you're talking about.
Yes.
I mean, I was going to put this in takeaways, and maybe it'll come back in a half hour. But this just completely sums up your points.
3rd down and 14 for Brosmer. Seattle looks like they might want to blitz again. Slot to the near side this time. 4-man rush. Brosmer steps, throws it far side. Ball is caught by Jones out on the flat, breaks one tackle, but comes up way short. Ball comes out. Is it a Seahawk recovery on the sidelines? Let's see, waiting for an official call. It looks like it is. It looks like it was a fumble recovered by the Hawks. It is. There's the official announcement.
DeMarcus Lawrence. Thank you, Dave. Coming in with a little bit of energy in that call at the end. DeMarcus Lawrence ran from 8-10 yards back.
So he was on the ground.
Dude.
He was on the ground. I mean, you saw the clip, right? And every high school coach in America who was fortunate to be practicing the day after Thanksgiving, as we were, every program showed the Dallas Cowboy gunner, right? You saw that on Thanksgiving Day. Dude gets knocked down. Dude gets knocked down again. He gets up and he goes and runs and hits like a missile and causes a fumble on the kickoff. That's culture. That's effort. That guy is a on the street free agent trying to make his mark. This is DeMarcus Lawrence. It's DeMarcus Lawrence, right? Didn't have to do that. He's a fringe Hall of Fame caliber player. He's old. You get knocked down, whatever. Guys are going to rally. They maybe kick a field goal. I get knocked down. I get up again. Never going to keep me down. And then like a 260-pound pterodactyl with wings forever, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to knock this dude's shoulder out of joint, and we're going to recover the fumble because that's the way we play. That's the standard.
That was shocking effort. That really is the definition of shocking effort. What do you want to say, Lyle? You had something going on in there? No? Okay. You look like you had something to say. What happened?
We're trying to fix stuff in here. So.
Oh, all right. Sorry. My bad. I thought we're still working through the technical things in the background. Well, anyway,
I'm glad you chuckled. I'm glad I got a little chuckle out of you.
That was.
I get knocked down, but I get up.
You'll
again.
really give me a full laugh if you can tell me who sings that song. The one-hit wonder that sings that song.
Duran. I made you laugh.
Yes. Duran.
I know it's
one-hit
wonder.
Duran. Yes, that would
pretty good.
That would tragically be.
Who was that?
Chumbawamba.
Chumbawamba?
Chumbawamba. Chumbawamba singing Tub Thumping is the name of that song. Let's come back. We'll give you guys everything you actually need to know, and apparently some stuff you don't need to know.
Get knocked down.
I'm Brock and Salk.
I get up again.
Be the first to hear from Seahawks head coach Mike Macdonald the morning after every game on the Mike Macdonald Show.
Good morning, Coach. How are you? This thing on? On and ready for you.
The morning after every Seahawks game at 9:30 with Brock and Salk.
Being in front of the 12s is going to be a lot of fun. Trying to bring everybody together so we can push in the same direction.
Get the podcast on the Seattle Sports app and seattlesports.com. It's the Mike Macdonald Show, only on Seattle Sports, the home of the Seahawks.
No, you know we love talking about standard and culture and expectations and all those things with our football team. I love talking about it with First Mark Insurance. And I love it because it's a firsthand experience for me, for my parents, for so many of my friends and family members that, like Molly and I, took the First Mark Insurance Challenge. We heard so many of these victories through the years. We finally decided as our premiums are going up and up, why don't we do this? Why don't we let First Mark be the teammate they've been to so many? Here's how they did it. Here's how they did it for us. Here's how they'll do it for you. They will analyze your coverage, making sure you're not overpaying for the wrong coverage. Then, unlike you and me, well, they go to the market. Dozens of major carriers they have worked with for years, building trust, building that expectation to find you the best fit. That's it. No stress, no confusion. They're your teammate. And they spent the last 30 years helping thousands of families eliminate the stress and confusion of insurance. So don't wait, please. Take the First Mark Challenge. Do it this Monday morning. It's totally free. And you might be the next First Mark Challenge victory. Just go to firstmarkinsurance.com. It's all right there. Firstmarkinsurance.com. Your teammate that goes to work for you.
At Washington Energy Services, we take the time to get to know you and your home. We have the passion and commitment to see each project through and to treat our work as more than just a job. For over 65 years, we've offered award-winning home services, from heating and cooling, plumbing and electrical, to windows and doors. Complete home improvement handled from start to comfort. For peace of mind when you need it most, count on Washington Energy Services, bringing good energy to your home.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
250 years ago, a promise was made to connect families and friends near and far. And during the holidays, that promise is more important than ever. That's why USPS is building a better network to meet your needs, with timely deliveries, easy and affordable ways to ship, and everything you need to make your season full of holiday cheer. Our purpose is delivering your peace of mind, knowing your love will arrive, bringing joy to all. The United States Postal Service. Learn more at USPS.com/holidays.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
It's here, the Light the World giving machines at the Alderwood and South Hill malls. With a swipe of your credit card, donate a chicken, school supplies, meals, and more. Go to givingmachinewa.org.
Hi, this is Nancy Penrose, owner of Big Trees in Snohomish. Big Trees has certified arborists and site experts who help you select the right trees for the right location on your property. When Big Trees installs a tree, we offer a 1-year warranty and 1 free aftercare visit from a board-certified master arborist. To learn more about our process, visit BigTreeSupply.com.
Matt
Coker here with West Coast Men's Health. In the past 5 years, we've seen thousands of men at our clinics. Most guys tell us the same story, that in their early 50s, it's not that they couldn't function, they just needed help. They started taking Viagra, and it worked great at first. But after a few years, it stopped working. The problem is that their arteries had become more restricted since they started taking it, because Viagra does not unclog arteries. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we use acoustic wave therapy to target the real problem. We break down plaque and clear up the arteries so blood can flow like it did in your 20s. This restores function. And guys, listen to this. You won't have to take a pill anymore. So if this sounds like you, give West Coast Men's Health a call today and see how we can help.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
The rainy season's here, Seattle, and your roof can't wait. Schedule your free estimate at 3treeroofing.com and get $500 off today. Costly repairs and Band-Aid fixes won't hold up and just drain your pockets. Our technicians replace roofs year-round, backed by the strongest warranties. 3Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
Hey, Mike Salk here. Book your stay at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel for an evening of elegance at a night at the Grand Ball. This New Year's Eve celebration includes the legendary DJ Super Sam. Seattle's closest is now Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
Well, Brock, it's pretty rare to shut a team out in the NFL. The Seahawks hadn't done it since 2015, so it would have been a decade.
Versus?
The Bears.
And?
What do you mean, and? Huh?
Jimmy Clausen, the guy that had the really hairy tricep.
Yeah.
It was gross.
I know you're really a big fan of his. The Vikings had not been shut out since 2007. So, again, this is not something that happens very often. But they got it done yesterday. And to do that in non-inclement weather is just really unbelievable. And, oh, by the way, they scored 7 points themselves. So the defense beat the team all by themselves.
Jones stays in the backfield. 4th down and 1 at the Seattle 4. Handoff, play fake, Brosmer being chased. Brosmer is going to go down as he throws. It's intercepted. Coming back to near side, far side, 50, down to the 40, being chased, 20, 10. It's Jones who is intercepted. His 4th pass of the year, and this one goes to the house.
It sure did. Ernest Jones ended up with a 5th interception later in the game as well. Just tremendous work by that defense.
How many chuckles from Y-Man?
A few.
About 8 in that play. I think the biggest one. And by the way, as hard as you're going to be on Max Brosmer, Clausen was way worse quarterback. As hard as you're going to be on him for his throwing, Salk, did you see his attempted tackle on that?
No, I didn't even.
Oh, you've got to go watch it.
Oh, I don't want to.
No. During the break, Salk, it is it is
poor guy.
No. It is the funniest thing of the whole game, right? And you get it. It's 4th down. He's just trying to throw the ball.
Because if you take a sack, everyone says, "Oh, you can't take a sack on 4th down."
You can't. You can't. So you got to throw it up, but you can't do that. And then Salk, he got hit on it, right? So he goes to the ground. He is like a dead flopping fish.
Oh, no.
Like Ernest runs by him, and he does one of these like on the ground. It's like he had a defibrillator. He didn't even leave the ground. It was
like those
you've got to watch
sneezes you see
Salk,
sometimes on Instagram.
You have got, for me, you have got to watch.
It was a
it
heck of a
break.
day for Ernest Jones.
Yeah, it's such a great message to the team in the locker room. Hopefully they got video of it, but the guy's been through a lot, and it's something, people, it's just the position that we're put in as coaches, and that's really the reason you have a team, is that you can be there for your brother when they need you. And I know we're in a business and there's transactions and stuff, but at the end of the day, these are the relationships you're going to have for a long time, hopefully. And it's really great to see that the rest of the guys are there to support him, and he's playing great football.
He sure is. Just a huge part of what they did yesterday. The offense, okay, a couple of fumbles for Sam Darnold. They did rush for 125, settled for 4 field goals, didn't reach the end zone until the 4th quarter. But on this day, again, complimentary. They did more than enough to win, which is really all you can ask them to do.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
And the Rams lost, which was a nice little surprise. Obviously, that Carolina team has
They're good, man.
They're pretty good. 7-6. They built a little defense.
Done a really good job. Dan Morgan has done a really good job. That is a front that's a problem. Right, Derek Brown is one of the best defensive tackles. When we talk about Leonard Williams and where he's at with the War Daddies in the NFL, we don't mention that guy's name because Carolina's been so down for a while. That guy's an absolute monster. He wreaked havoc. They took the ball away from Stafford 3 times. And, yeah, do a nice service to the Seahawks, the Bears, heck, even the 49ers, Salk.
Dude, how about the Niners, man?
Bro.
9-4. They just keep finding ways to win. They beat Shador and the Browns yesterday on the road. I watched the Denver game last night.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know. I heard afterwards. I heard Coach say afterwards, Sean Payton, that they didn't escape with a win. They just won the game. Like, I don't know. Sure felt like they escaped with a win there. Again, I mean, they're not. There's something wrong there. I don't know. I just don't
every
like
one of their games is a fourth quarter game, and that was an overtime game. Every single one.
I know, and I should respect them the same way I do the
Chiefs
Bears
of last year. Yeah.
I should respect them the same way, and I'm respecting the Bears. The Bears are getting it done. They're getting it done. Philly loses. Detroit loses. Are those two teams toast?
Philly, something's wrong with that culture. It's just there's something wrong. Something amiss. And and then Pittsburgh, unfortunately,
I'll play you the Aaron Rodgers sound again later. Do you think that it turns out Ben Johnson was maybe more of a big deal than Dan Campbell?
I don't know if he was a bigger deal than Dan. Dan kind of set the foundation, but we have seen it, so we have seen it here in Seattle. You know, brain drain. You lose really good people, and it's not always just next man up.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
Huskies fell at home to Oregon on Saturday. Probably not a huge surprise. They stayed in it, at least through the first half, but...
it was 19-14 on the third down with 8 minutes to go, and Oregon catch and run, and that kind of just ended it. But they couldn't get over the hump in any of these big, right? They won the other games. They took some strides. They also went from 6 last year to 8, possibly 9 wins. So it's the steps forward. It's just against the upper crust of the Big Ten, the Ohio States, the Michigans, the Oregons. You just couldn't, especially offensively. That was frustrating. Your defense played good enough against Michigan. Your defense really played largely good enough against Oregon. You just could not get it done offensively.
So you want the LA Bowl or you want the Holiday Bowl?
I think they would prefer the LA Bowl. With all the chaos that recruiting is and portal and acquisitions and guys coming in and visit, I think they'd prefer that because that's not this weekend, it's the next.
Was the LA Bowl something else before that, or is it new?
I think it's the Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl, or
what was it before this? Did it have a different name?
The Snoop Gummy LA Bowl? No, they came up with it just a couple years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's make a new bowl game. Not a good hockey weekend, honestly, at least on the scoreboard. Kraken blown out on Saturday 4-0, and they lose Jaden Schwartz, who's going to be out for a while. But the PWHL debuted in Seattle on Friday. The Seattle Torrent dropped their home opener to the Minnesota Frost 3-0, set an American attendance record for a women's hockey game. More than 16,000 people, Brock. And the Salks were 4 of them. We're going again on Wednesday. It was awesome. Great environment, great energy, great hockey. Unfortunately, they didn't win. So we still don't know what their goal song is.
The Torrent versus the Frost.
Yes.
Yeah, that's certainly interesting.
I mean, Minnesota Frost is fine. Yeah,
you want to be if you're going to be some weather, why just Frost? Be something ferocious. Frost? Oh. Frost delays golf rounds. Frost? Frosty's the snowman. Frost?
Yeah.
Come on, we could be a little more fierce than that.
The names in the league aren't ideal. I think we can all agree on that.
Frost?
That's not the names aren't ideal. That's everything you need to know. Would have passed every hour.
Torrent. Just call me the atmospheric river.
The Torrent is hard to say. There's no doubt. It's not easy to say.
No.
But,
you almost want to say torrents like California. Torrents.
Yes. Or
torrents.
Yeah, my dad kept saying torrents also. Like multiple torrents, which wasn't great. Yeah, that was.
How was Larry? Are they still here?
No, they're gone.
Yeah.
We had a great talk with my dad.
We got a lot. So we've been off for so long.
Maybe at 9. Maybe at 9.
Can we just talk about the weekend that was?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we can. I think we can do that at 9.
Sneak a little in.
I think we can do that at 9. We have so many takeaways though. I mean, the Seahawks win yesterday. They're 9-3, Brock. They're back atop the NFC. Like, they're doing everything you want to see them do. I know, it's really cool. Let's give some takeaways from what was another nice win, a shutout win. We'll do it next on Brock and Salk.
Wyman and Bob.
DeMarcus Lawrence, this guy is such a dog, and what a great element that they added to this team. He's a veteran. At the time, I remember thinking, I don't know if they really need that. They maybe want to use their resources somewhere else, but him coming in here, he has really solidified this defense, and these guys have a lot of pride. They're very close as a team, and I think he's kind of provided that.
Every afternoon at 2, only on Seattle Sports and Seattle Sports on YouTube.
All right, yes, I'm still basically full from Thanksgiving. I ate too much. I own it. I'm willing to be honest with you guys, and so it's time to get right back to Eastside Weight Loss Clinic and their long-term sustainable plan that'll keep you looking and feeling exactly how you want to be. Look, they're offering $300 off right now on the plan. It's their biggest sale of the year. It's this month only, ends at the end of the year, but it's a plan you can do even during the holidays. Yeah, you can take a couple days off and then jump right back on it, which I am doing today. Did it myself. I lost 35 pounds in the span of just 8 weeks, so that could be you by early next year. Get a leg up on all of those New Year's resolutions. Get a plan that works. It's been proven by over 4,000 people here locally, including myself. You've heard me talk about it. You've heard others at the station, listeners who've texted in, maybe even a friend or a family member. You know why? Because the plan works. It's simple, it's healthy, and now it is $300 off. Go to eastsideweightlossclinic.com to book your conversation and get everything started. Again, go to eastsideweightlossclinic.com. Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary.
This college football season, show your school spirit every time you pay. Introducing college-branded Venmo debit cards. Rep your team on and off the field with custom school designs that let everyone know who you root for. Whether you're tailgating, grabbing snacks for the watch party, or celebrating a win, you can unlock 15% cash back at ESPN. 1 free year of Perplexity Pro and more. This college football season, score more with the Venmo debit card. Get yours now in the Venmo app. Learn more at venmo.com/collegecard.
Max cashback varies. Terms apply. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank, N.A.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/play.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's our last chance to donate for 2025.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for honest pricing, expert service, and guaranteed repairs. This dedication has earned them a Carfax Preferred designation. At Bucky's, every customer gets detailed Carfax updates, timely service reminders, and a full service history, all at your fingertips. With 16 family-owned locations, no appointment needed, and easy financing, Bucky's makes auto care simple. Visit Bucky's.com today and drive with confidence. Bucky's.com.
Holiday shopping got you stressed? The Mariners have you covered. Grab a season ticket membership for the super fan in your life, and they could lock in the best seats and benefits like guaranteed postseason access. Or mix and match with single game tickets for everyone on your list, from opening day on March 26th to must-see matchups against the Yankees, Phillies, and more. This holiday season, make Mariners.com your one-stop shopping destination.
Oh, he makes the catch! What a snag by Julio Rodriguez!
Want more Seahawks content? Join me, G. Scott, on The Reset. New episodes of the podcast every Monday and Thursday on YouTube or on the Seattle Sports app.
Life's expensive enough, isn't it? Groceries, gas, kids' activities. Sometimes your roof needs replacing, but your budget says not now. Hi, I'm Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. We want to help with an offer to lift that weight off your shoulders. Get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to 24 months. Or save up to $3,000 on a new roof today. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
Need a break from everything? Escape to a place where anything is possible and the fun never stops. At Silver Reef Casino Resort, you'll discover world-class dining, championship caliber golf, a full sports book and bar, over 1,000 top-rated slots and table games, and so much more. Come join the fun and see why we've been consistently rated one of the region's top destinations. Visit silverreefcasino.com
Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6
and discover all the exciting events and promotions we have in store for you. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5, exit 260.
As a quarterback, you cannot run a winning play with a messy playbook. And most companies' data, well, it's a mess. AI is changing the game, but if your data is scattered, you're stuck on the sidelines. Brock Heward here, and this is where my friends at Marquee Data come in. They get your data in shape, clean, connected, ready to perform, so you can finally put AI to work for your business. Whether sales, finance, or operations, every smart move starts with the right data. So head to mydataqb.com to draw up your game-winning data play today. That's Marquee Data or mydataqb.com.
The best time of the year is here, Toyotathon. Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton are providing you with the largest savings and the widest selection of inventory on Toyota favorites like Tacomas and Tundras, the Gas RAV4, the Hybrid RAV4, and the Hybrid Camry. It's Toyotathon at TOK and TOR. That's ToyotaofKirkland.com and ToyotaofRenton.com. Whether you're in the north or the south, they got you covered. Get a test drive, meet the wonderful staff, get a new car. It's Toyotathon, people. Come on.
O'Brien. This hour is brought to you by Trajan Wealth Management.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
All right, appreciate everyone bearing with us with some technical difficulties today. So you may hear things like Brock saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just trying to get a check and make sure everything's working. Good morning, Brock. Yes.
Hello.
Hi. We're here.
Hello.
You're here, and I'm here. So everything is the way it's supposed to be. The Seahawks with a dominant victory. We'll talk to Mike Macdonald in an hour, maybe by phone, maybe on video link. I don't know. I don't know exactly how that's going to work yet. We're working through some of the details. In the meantime, we do have takeaways.
Takeaways.
Well, you got to start and finish really that whole game with the defense.
Yeah.
When you shut somebody out in the NFL, Salk, it resonates. I do think of Jay Buhner. When we asked Jay Buhner back in early September, like, when do you know? Your whole question about when do you know? When do you know a team is locked in? When do you know a team in baseball's focused? When do you know they're ready for the final stretch run to push to the playoffs? And what did he say? He said, well, the league will let you know. You can kind of just hear from everybody else. The league kind of lets you know. And the league looks up, and for 11 of 12 games, the league has said that defense right there makes the life of an opposing quarterback absolutely and completely miserable. And they did it yesterday. Humiliating, annihilating.
Dominating.
Neutering, I was going to say,
okay,
but
yeah.
I'll say it now.
Yeah, neutering.
Poor Max Brosmer. And his family and his friends and Gopher Nation, everybody that was excited to watch him play. You know what it also reminded me of? So I remember doing the NFL in 2020. And Justin Herbert, who's a great player. He's a Pro Bowl player, super talented player. And I remember asking him, come on, man, like, what's it like? What's been the transition from an Oregon RPO system to the NFL? And he's like, the first game I played, the edges of the line of scrimmage, I was like, what? Huh? What is this? I can't even breathe. I can't even operate. This is Justin Herbert with a decent line and a top 5 pick at 6'6", 240 pounds, and a good athlete. Max Brosmer is 6'1" and a nothing athlete. And he's got a backup left tackle and a backup left guard. And I am sure that first couple passes that he dropped back was like, what world am I living in? And how am I even supposed to function? And he couldn't. And they dismantled him, and they dismantled that offense. Listening to Kevin Connell after the game, who is, again, an excellent play caller, highly esteemed. What he did the first 3 years offensively with Kirk Cousins and Sam Darnold. You saw him at a loss for words yesterday, too, at the press conference. I got nothing for you. That's an inexcusable professional effort offensively, and the Seahawks had a whole lot to do with that.
Yeah, they really did. Now, Max Brosmer was also horrendous. Both of those things can be true. Because there were I counted 4 in the first quarter. I think another 2 in the second quarter. Balls that he just should have completed. I mean, like,
balls that should be caught.
There were a couple.
As Joe and
those
Greg
were 2
said,
more.
Like,
There were 2 more drops, maybe 3. But there were also, I had 6 wide open receivers he just flat missed. I mean, just flat missed. And not because he was hurried or, like, just totally inaccurate. You just can't do that. You can't survive in the NFL missing 6 times on fairly routine throws. Then add in the turnovers, then add in the fumbles, then add in all the problems he had just sort of functioning. It was truly, Brock, one of the worst quarterback performances I've ever watched. And it was making me think of some of those other names. Brooks Bollinger, Max Hall, John Skelton, everyone who's ever played for the Bears. I mean, like, it was in that category. He was awful. He was an atrocity. I can't believe people have to watch that. Our poor friend Phil in Minnesota, like, Brock, does it make you question some of the decision making there? Like, not just letting Sam Darnold go and the J.J. McCarthy decision, but how do you go into a game with that guy starting?
By the way, was that news yesterday from Tom Pelissero, or did we know that?
I guess it was. I don't know. It felt a little like, things aren't going well. We wanted Sam. We
offered him $30 million
on
a 1-year deal.
It felt like that. It felt a little too late, like trying to get it out there in order to make yourself look better on a day where you were going to be starting a guy who should not be in the league, and with John Wolford as your backup. By the way, they should have started Wolford. He would have been better. Honestly, he would have been better than that. How do they not have a veteran on that team?
Yeah, fair question.
It's terrible.
Fair
just absolutely awful. Just terrible. Terrible.
Takeaways.
I just want to talk about DeMarcus Lawrence, Brock. He is so fun. He is so unbelievably fun. He's fun on the field. He's fun off the field. The effort play was ridiculous. We talked about it, right? He gets caught, 8-9 yards on the ground behind a little screen pass to Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
And then he just straight shocking effort races back in order to not just hit him, but jar the ball loose for a fumble. I don't think it's an accident that Mike Macdonald said this after the game.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, like, you look at teams that when shutouts happen, it's hard to keep teams like out of plus territory. So when you get there, it's taking the ball away in the red zone. I mean, DeMarcus Lawrence's caused fumble is probably my new favorite play of all time. Like, it's just an incredible play. I just saw this blur coming down and just violently attack the ball. It's been such a point of emphasis, and to see him do that was really great.
Okay, so he called that the best play, possibly his favorite play he's ever seen in person. He already said, he said it on the broadcast, or at least they repeated his comments on the broadcast, that he might be the best practice player he's ever been around. This guy's unbelievable. I can't believe Dallas let him go. I can't believe people in the league thought that he was washed up. He plays as hard as anybody. He's successful. It's not just like effort with no talent. Brock, he's the full package, but unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's my favorite Seahawks edge player since Michael Bennett, maybe ever. I love this guy, and I would say he's maybe their best free agent signing since the Averill and Bennett offseason also.
I think it was on Wednesday, Salk. I forget. Tuesday, Wednesday. You're out both days, right? Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah.
6, 7. I think it was one of those days. I was trying to remember. It was Wednesday with Lefko, because I brought up return on investment. It just kind of struck me this week as much as anything else. Getting ready for all the football Thursday and Friday. It's just incredible weekend. College football, NFL football, high school football, all of it. Return on investment. JSN's making $2 million this year. I think the necklace and earrings of Jordan Jefferson are $2 million that he plays the game with. Justin Jefferson, yes. I mean, return on investment. He's making $2 million. DeMarcus Lawrence right now, and this was going into the game, he was right there, Myles Garrett, Micah Parsons, him, as far as like 34, 33, 32 pressures. Right there. Those guys are making $45 to $50 million. He's making $14 million. the return on investment that you are getting
That's
player
amazing.
by player, position by position.
I like the Wyman promo that's been running today as Dave essentially says that he thought that it was maybe not a position they needed to go after. A little surprised when they drafted him, but how impressed he's been not drafted him, signed him, but how impressed he's been at how he's really made the whole defense come together like he was the missing piece. Yep. I agree with every word of it. Honestly, Brock, who's been a better free agent signing in the last decade for the Seahawks?
Well, they haven't done that. They don't do that typically in wave one.
Well aware.
Right? Draymond Jones was the most expensive one that
didn't work at all. I mean, Julian Love's been a really good one. I mean, like, there have been some guys that have been good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they've been a failure in that respect, but
they don't live in those waters. It's not a prominent place that they want to live and wait in, because if you're wrong, it really screws.
But I'm really
your
glad
ROI
they did this,
cap.
and it is very reminiscent of the Averill and Bennett one, where he wasn't like a guy that everyone thought was going to be dominant, who you're spending 30-40 million on. You're right, but man, has he ever worked out. I just love this guy. Love watching him. Love him.
Takeaways.
So I think you watch that, and we can sit here and praise for 25 minutes of defense. It's now third in the league in rush defense, Salk at 88 yards a game, third in the league in rush attempt defense at 3.8. That's where it starts. I mean, that's where all the rush, that's where all the other fun, tying the coverage to the rush, and that's where it all begins, is you've got to just stuff those runs before they start, and they did it over and over and over again yesterday. And frankly, I was a little pissed that, they got 25 cheap yards at the end of the game, kind of just running the ball out, because that should have been like a 30-something yards rush. Yeah, it was just that dominant of an effort. But I think the other side of it, you come out of that and say, okay, JSN ends this game with 2 catches for 20 yards. Sam Darnold gets sacked 4 times. Mm-hmm. The passing game never gets going. Did Minnesota do something now that others can replicate? Right, that's going to be some of the conversation. Did the Rams a couple weeks ago do something that others can replicate, playing all of their nickel and dime? Minnesota did some of that defensively. And how do you it's just a constant adjustments. You know what I wish so badly I could have heard yesterday is the end of the game. They had the camera over there on Sam and Clint Kubiak. And Drew Lock was in the midst of the conversation as well. And it was a minutes long conversation on the sideline. And I would, if I could pay for the transcription of that and what that was, I'd pay some pretty good money. My gut tells me that it was like, yeah, we got to make some adjustments a little quicker. Yep, they're taking this, so we've got to do this. They're robbing Peter to pay Paul here, and we got to make them pay in this. Like, there's always just a constant back and forth. And they're going to make this a little adjustment. They're going to put guys up in the gap, and we made some good second half adjustments that did possess the ball. It didn't let them dictate as much. It is going to be really, and Atlanta's good defense, by the way. They're bad on offense. They're good defense. Mm-hmm. And then Carolina does some good things defensively, and San Francisco's really good on defense. And, well, we know the Rams are really good on defense. Like, this is going to be a tremendous chess match of adjustments down the final 5 weeks of this stretch, especially offensively. Defensively, I don't think you need to make any adjustments, and you're going to get Julian Love back. But offensively, there's going to be some continue point, counterpoint, move, counter move, and adjustments to be made.
Takeaways.
2 other texts coming in on free agents. One says Leonard Williams. So I'm not going to count that one. They traded for Leonard Williams, then re-signed him.
Right.
Yes, he got to free agency, but they already knew him. I'm not going to count that one. The other is Sam Darnold. I guess that's probably fair. I probably got to put that one in there. That's fair. All right. Hey, that's a good one. All right. That one's been pretty good so far. A lot more conversation there. Brock, speaking of free agents and the road not traveled, Leonard Williams, the big cat, just completely undressing Will Fries, the guard for Minnesota, got a lot of attention. I'm not surprised yesterday on that first series. Leo torched him. It was ugly, and Fries has not been very good, and he was a potential target, and it would be tempting to celebrate that he's not a Seahawk. It would be tempting. That's fine. You can do that. And I know I got some texts I saw this morning saying, hey, Salk, how's Will Fries doing? As if I knew who the heck Will Fries was. You know what I wanted the Seahawks to do? Improve their offensive line and improve at the guard position. I don't know Will Fries from Adam. I don't know whether he's good or not. You know what I do know? I hope no one is dunking on that today, because as bad as he was in that game, Anthony Bradford was no better. The goal is not to get Will Fries. The goal is to fix whatever is ailing you at the right guard position. And they have not done that.
Mm-hmm.
They just haven't. Maybe Will Fries wasn't the answer either. And so, yes, credit is given for not spending bad money after good. But you still got to fix the right guard. You have to get this fixed.
And you can't do all of it at once. We talk about that in baseball. I got to do all. You can't do all of it at once. And the fact that your institutional knowledge at the line of scrimmage with all of the brain trust you have has helped.
It has.
It's a competent offensive
Absolutely.
line. It's a really good pass blocking offensive line.
But Brock, what are we doing? I don't generally notice one offensive lineman. I'm not trained that way.
It's hard to.
I just
work
see
as
a
group.
bunch of things, and they're all arms and legs and bellies, and everybody's kind of smashing against each other, and maybe it works and maybe it doesn't.
Do you say legs, arms, and bellies?
Yeah. Isn't that what they are? Legs, arms, and bellies?
I'm sure Ray would appreciate that.
I mostly am seeing belly with Anthony Bradford, and it's usually not pointed in the right direction. I don't know what's going on with the guy. He might be a wonderful human being. They got to do something else, and maybe they're going to have to now with the elbow injury.
That DJ said a month ago, and he went through the numbers, and then he had a pretty good game against a group that allowed him to just kind of tee off, and he's the one that. Again, we played the Sesame Street earlier, that just from a body type and a movement standpoint, Salk just doesn't move like the rest. And it was always, to me, now, I think the counterpoint, and they know infinitely more than we do with that stuff, is, but you need somebody that can anchor, right? DJ has said this, that maybe the one miss that he made in his career or evaluating, and I'm sure get in this with him tomorrow, is guards, you need some guys that can anchor. Because if you're undersized there, and we've seen undersized guards, and you're undersized at center, and we've seen undersized centers, guess what? They get blown back, and you don't give your quarterback any real chance to step up and feel comfortable. He's a big body, but he just doesn't move with the sense of urgency and pace that some of his peers are doing, and unfortunately, it's been a struggle. Now, an elbow injury knocked him out, and we'll see whether or not Christian Haynes, he even saw the late rounder get in there.
Did he get in?
Cable at the end of it, yeah. Cable got in at the end and played, I think, the last series and a half or so.
Well, I really hope one of those guys does it, and if they aren't able to, when Sundell does come back, I think you got to have a very real conversation about either Sundell or Oluwatimi playing right guard, because it just.
Not Timmy. Olu wouldn't do that. Sundell could. Well, it'd be the conversation of keeping Olu at center, and then does he have enough size and substance?
I think I gotta have to watch and see whether that can work, because it's a thing. It's a problem.
Yeah.
Takeaways.
You know, it was right up my alley, Salk. This cut on you played earlier for Mike Macdonald on Ernest, and I went and listened to Ernest as well, who was just tremendous. Play this Mike Macdonald, because this is a little sweet spot for yours truly.
Yeah, he had such a great message to the team in the locker room. Hopefully they got video of it, but the guy's been through a lot, and it's something, people, it's just the position that we're put in as coaches, and that's really the reason you have a team, is that you can be there for your brother when they need you. And I know we're in a business and there's transactions and stuff, but at the end of the day, these are the relationships you're going to have for a long time, hopefully. And it's really great to see that the rest of the guys are there to support him, and he's playing great football. He's playing great football. He's battled through some health things throughout the year as well. Some of the plays he's making in the run game too is just really tremendous. Really great plays that allows us to really call some defenses that you normally wouldn't call in those situations.
Went and listen to Ernest, because he spoke to this as well. And it's pretty deep, and you don't have all the details. I don't want to speculate too much, but obviously the loss of his father this last summer was monumental in his life. Just as a human being, and the decisions I'm making and the way I'm living my life, and how do I want to be a dad, right? I think and I haven't lost my dad, he's still with me. But from those friends of mine that have, I think those become very real. What kind of man am I? This is great. I got my money. I got my fame. I got starting linebacker. I'm balling. He's now got 5 picks, tied for 7th in the league. But what kind of human being am I? And it was pretty neat hearing his vulnerability. That's what Mike was speaking to there. He was vulnerable at the podium afterwards as well, talking about just his faith, his heart, his manhood, what he wants to be, what he wants to represent. And, man, did he cut it loose yesterday.
Yeah, here's just a little bit of Ernest at the podium yesterday. Sorry, yeah, let's play it. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you had a little of Ernest. My bad. Sorry, Maura and I are communicating in the background. Sorry, Brock. Never mind. Yeah. Continue.
You know what else I love?
What?
I love not having to see this, 4-foot elbow brace on him that he wore last year from his shoulder to his wrist. Remember that thing? Big elbow brace. Just you know what else I love? No big, huge knee brace. When that dude's body is right, his game is right, and obviously from the inside out, his soul is right, that dude is on fire, and he was something else yesterday.
Takeaways.
Maura's got a takeaway. She's been very busy in the other room trying to get everything fixed.
I think we got everything fixed.
Hi, Maura.
Hello.
Hey, I can hear you.
I have a takeaway that's more of a question.
Ooh.
What happened to the fullback? Robbie Utes has had his lowest snap count each of the last 3 weeks, and he was at 17.9% yesterday. Why?
Why? How? Why? I think some of that's matchup yesterday. Some of that's production as they look at, hey, man, what is our yards per carry? What are some of the things that we do best here? And I think Utes also had some stuff where he missed a little bit of practice time. He's certainly been banged up this year. I do got a little watchful eye, Salky, I'm not going to lie, on this rookie class. As unbelievable as they have been, and they have been, the marathon of an NFL season,
it's a long time.
It's hard. It is really hard. And you're asking a lot of Zabel and Imanwari and Utes and these guys they've never been on a journey like this. And it only ramps up and gets harder and faster from here.
Yep. Well, they're going to keep asking that of Zabel. Imanwari's life may get a little easier when Julian Love returns. That doesn't mean he won't still be in there a lot, but maybe you can lessen some of the load on his plate. But it's a fair question, Brock, in terms of
just got a little watch
what the rookies can handle here to finish things up.
Takeaways.
What do you think of that end of half clock management song?
I thought it was just fine. I thought it was just fine. I had no problems with it at all. Did you? I had no problems with it at all. It was conservative.
I appreciate, Craig is not short on opinion.
No, but, I thought he was in the wrong on this one. Conservative at the end of the first half? Yes. In this game, play conservative. The last thing you wanted to do in this game was screw that up in some way. Give up a touchdown.
It was 13-0, right? It was 13-0.
The last thing you wanted to do was give up a touchdown and make it a one-score game before the end of that game, before the end of the half. Just keep it at least 13. If it gets to 16, great. Yeah, all right, if you get to 20, that'd be awesome, but you didn't need to. You just keep it conservative and don't make a mistake, and then they ended up getting 6 points out of it. They got 2 straight field goals out of it, and that was the end of the game. So I know that Greg was very critical. I strongly disagreed. I think Mike he's very purposeful with his decisions. It was not like a lack of urgency or anything like that. He knew what he was doing. He knew the kind of game he was in. What does he like to say? The game declares itself. The game had declared itself, and the right thing to do there was to be conservative.
Yeah, the only thing I would say, and nitpick a little bit, was the actual clock management of the offense again on the field. There could have been a little bit more. There could have been a little bit more urgency. I did not mind not banging the timeout there, right? I did not. I really did not mind that. Okay, whatever you got, 50 second, whatever. I think some of the urgency, because that showed up as well at the end of the Rams game, right? Of just, come on now. We got to be on this thing a little bit faster.
That is a different thing. That is not clock management. That is
efficiency.
Right. That's an efficiency issue. That is what's the right word? A mechanics? Machinery, mechanics of it. But that was not a decision-making problem. Yeah, no thanks. Those are takeaways from today.
Very, very opinionated when it comes to the Seahawks too.
He is.
Yes, there's a lot there.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, There's a lot. Yes, that's true. Thank you. All right.
Can I get just a few minutes of what your last week was like?
Sure.
Because for some reason we didn't chat a lot, but sometimes we do over the weekend.
What's up with that?
I don't know. I had a game. I had kind of a monumental game on Saturday.
I had family here. It's exhausting. I'm still recovering. I could try to give you a little bit of that. Mike Macdonald's going to join us in a little
Those
over
are
a half hour.
takeaways. Can we just get a tidbit or two?
They're more like leftovers.
For Maura and Lyle. Lyle was in the big city. He was in the Big Apple.
Where were you, Lyle? You went to
New
New
York.
Yeah, I was in New York.
Do you know where Pace salsa's made? New York City.
Do you know how hard it is to get Lyle to return a text? It is
really hard.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like we're all like, oh, happy
Hey,
Thanksgiving.
can I see any pics?
Hours later, Lyle's like, it's like in the middle. You were in New York. It's like 3 a.m. there. Lyle's like, yeah, me too.
Was it inappropriate of me to ask for any pictures of everybody around Thanksgiving? I didn't
it was
get
very appropriate.
One.
You got mine.
I got yours. I didn't get one other one.
I know. Very sad. All right, well, we'll discuss next on Brock and Salk.
Be the first to hear from Seahawks head coach Mike Macdonald the morning after every game on the Mike Macdonald Show.
Good morning, Coach. How are you? This thing on? On and ready for you.
The morning after every Seahawks game at 9:30 with Brock and Salk.
Being in front of the 12s is going to be a lot of fun. Trying to bring everybody together so we can push in the same direction.
Get the podcast on the Seattle Sports app and seattlesports.com. It's the Mike Macdonald Show, only on Seattle Sports, the home of the Seahawks.
Just how good is Pure Talk's current deal for unlimited wireless? Well, you might say it's the deal of your lifetime. Because right now, for just $29.95 a month, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for life. Not your phone's life, your life. This is Pure Talk's top-tier plan. It comes with a crazy fast 5G network along with a 30-gig hotspot. And at just $29.95 a month, there has never been a better opportunity to lock in a ridiculously low rate for as long as you live. And save thousands and thousands of dollars along the way. This plan is normally $65 a month, but if you switch today, you will save over 50% every single month for the rest of your life. See what I mean? It really is the deal of your lifetime. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. Offer ends 12/7. Some restrictions apply. Details at puretalk.com.
Progressive knows road trips without your pet can be tough.
Hi, this is Next Stop Dog Boarding.
Hi, it's Scott again. How's Squeaks doing? You can tell if he's stressed by his eyebrows. Oh, and his breathing should sound like this.
Scott, Squeaks is exactly the same as last time you called.
Okay, let's talk in 20 to see if anything's changed.
With Progressive, your pet is covered up to $1,000 in vet bills in case of a car accident. So next time, you can take your pet with you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Coverage for dogs and cats is included with the purchase of collision coverage and subject to policy terms.
Quiet down, here she comes. Surprise! Your accountant just emailed to say your quarterly taxes are way higher than you were expecting.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Also, your favorite employee is leaving. They're going to pursue their dream of being a veterinarian.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Comcast Business is celebrating the holidays by giving your business the $1,000 holiday bonus when you switch to a gig speed internet package. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 12, the new laptop for the office holiday hero. Or possibility number 108, smart speakers to deck those hallways. Or possibility number 192, new equipment for the new year. Or possibility number 555, Bluetooth holiday lights for office decor. Switch to Comcast Business, designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect, plus advanced cybersecurity, and now get the $1,000 holiday bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 12/14/25. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Requires qualifying gig package. Other restrictions apply.
Are your investment dollars working as hard as they should be? You've spent years building your future. Don't let outdated advice put it at risk. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. We're a veteran-owned firm proud to bring a new standard of financial care to the Seattle area. Our nationally recognized advisors are fiduciaries, ethically bound to put your interests first. That's the highest standard of care in the industry. As a privately held company, we answer to you, our valued clients, not shareholders. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a customized plan. From Bellevue to Tacoma, get advice you can count on. It's time to take a fresh look at your financial plan. Call Trajan Wealth, 206-466-3300. That's 206-466-3300. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter, dream bigger.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Let's talk about your hair. Well, maybe after we talk about my hair. I've got great hair, as you know, and it's because of Advanced Hair. Yep, Advanced Hair Restoration. Their simple one-day treatment offers life-changing results that I can attest to. Guys, it's not magic, but it's close to it. They put hair where you need it most, and bam, it grows. It's actual science. Advanced Hair has top-rated physicians, modern technology, and best of all, you get your very own natural hair that begins to regrow the very next day. It's even guaranteed to grow for life. So schedule your free consultation now at 425-449-8185. Mention Curly to qualify for $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. It's a limited time offer. Advanced Hair, the winner of the 425 Business of the Year, and the team that gave me my hair back. More importantly, they'll do the same for you, guaranteed. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports.
Give me a freaking auto!
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
Brock Ewert is my hero.
Jay Buhner just punched me in the kidney.
We're going to accuse you of murder.
Doesn't really work that way, Sherm. This is a show that has my name on it.
It kind of does, though.
Now here are your hosts, Brock Ewert and Mike Salk.
Julio says Olsen calls the game like a disgruntled player. Yeah, there is some of that. I think that's right. And you know, we sort of know the history of him here in Seattle. Brock and Salk, final hour here. It is it's a big Monday here, Brock. It's a reaction Monday, which of course is powered by Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Mike Macdonald's going to join us in 30 minutes. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I did. It was nice to be off for a couple of days. Had a nice time with the family. Mm-hmm. Parents came in town, Brock, so there were 6 of us.
So what happens to your clock? Do you sleep in?
Yes.
Do you all of a sudden just click right back into, because you're up, what time's your alarm normally? 4:45?
This morning was 4:15. Yeah.
Okay.
This morning was 4:15.
4:15.
Yeah.
So let's say like last Tuesday.
Yeah.
You know, after you did the Monday show and the tapings and all of that, like you don't have to set an alarm anymore, right?
Right.
Tuesday, Thursday, like and your
so
body
what time
goes.
do we get up? 9 o'clock.
Yeah. Huh?
9 o'clock.
So great.
And it's not even like I will set an alarm for 9 just to make sure, but like 9 o'clock.
I love it.
Otherwise, it would probably be like 10:30. Yeah.
Yes.
9 o'clock. I'll get out of bed at 9.
And you're like asleep at midnight?
12:30, 1 o'clock.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
right.
somewhere in that range.
So that's your normal clock. Your normal rhythm would be, call it midnight to 8 or 1 to 9.
You know, I've been doing a lot of thinking about my clock. Here's what I would like, Brock. I would like a new, Maura, you might agree with this too. I have a feeling you might be on the same page with me. I would like a clock. I would like a life where I sleep for 10 hours, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm up for 16.
Yes.
And just do that constantly. Because if I sleep for 10 hours, I can't fall asleep 14 hours later. But by like 16, 17 hours later, I can fall asleep. But then I want another 10 hours sleep. So, and I know we can't.
So do you want to do a 50-minute hour? And that way you can then get to 26 hours?
No, I know we can't get to 26 hours. That's not going to work. What I would like is a world in which part of the day I'm awake just keeps moving by 2 to 3 hours every day. So that half of the time I'm awake all day and half of the time I'm awake all night. Do you think that could be arranged?
No.
No, I don't either.
I think that makes sense.
It's unfortunately not going to work.
You know what could be arranged, Salk, is, when I shoot out a group text, hey, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Love to see some pics. How's everyone doing? Like, why does Lyle just not, like, is that the final? Should I just be like, hey, listen, he doesn't like you.
Right.
Like when Molly and I went to Baton Rouge for my 40th birthday, and we were at this restaurant, and I'm trying to, there's a little kid and a toddler, and Molly's like, just stop. They don't want to talk to you.
They just don't like you.
The family does not want to engage.
It does kind of feel like that's where Lyle's at with us. He just doesn't like being on our text thread.
Right. Lyle, do you want to come off of that text thread?
Would you like us to remove you from the text thread?
I mean, I like being on it.
It doesn't feel that way.
I feel like if I sent that text to your brother, to your mother, to your father, guess what they would do? They'd send back a picture. Hey, we're having a great time in New York. Hey, we're just with family. Oh, look at the dinner table. Like they would engage. Like there's no engagement. You just disengage.
That was hours after we had dinner that you sent that text. We're 3 hours ahead in case you don't know time change.
Just anything with the family?
All
Just
right,
can I
hold
get
on,
anything?
Lyle. That is a one-time thing that you may be right about that one thing. But in general, it feels like you don't want to be a part of our text thread.
It's not true.
Okay.
How much more does Maura respond to me on the text thread? It's mostly the two of you.
At least double.
I throw an exclamation point every now and then so that I participate.
At least twice as often.
So now we're playing the comparison game.
Yeah.
Comparison is the thief
don't
of
what
joy.
about Maura. Maura doesn't need to be what about it here. This is about you. We'll deal with Maura another time. How come you don't want to be on our text thread?
I do want to be on the text thread. That's what I'm saying.
All right. Prove it. I mean, actions speak louder than words, Lyle. I'm just going to tell you. Actions speak louder than words. Anyway, Thanksgiving was great. I loved it, Brock. It is my favorite holiday. Everything I made came out well. Came out as better than expected. Grilled the turkey after brining it. I'd never brined the turkey.
Thank you for sending the picture, too. I'm looking at it.
Okay, what do you think?
That looks really moist.
It was.
Really good.
Brined it all
Stuffing
night.
Looks good.
Stuffing was straight up Pepperidge Farm recipe with just more butter.
Okay. Yep.
My mom made her sweet potato casserole with the marshmallows and maple, and that was so good. Heather and I did a lobster mac and cheese. If I were to do it again, I would have made less of the mac and cheese so that you would have felt more of the lobster in there.
What is this? What is this little pot? The thing at the end of the plate?
That was Heather's corn pudding.
Okay.
I believe.
Yep.
She made a corn pudding, which is one of her mom's favorite things. So yeah, everything turned out really, really great. The chopped liver, I know, is polarizing, but I love it. My dad loved it, and it was really, really good. My mom crushed that. The brownies were great. The apple pie was really good. I did try, you know that in Vermont, they put cheddar cheese on apple pie? Have you heard that?
Yeah.
So I decided to try it this year. It's not as good as ice cream. Let me be clear. But it's pretty good. It's weird. It kind of like the two tastes.
You don't
kinda
have
work
ice
together.
cream? You substitute the dairy for dairy?
They do, yeah. In Vermont, they just go cheddar cheese on apple pie.
Okay. No chance.
And it was good. No, I tried it not on Thanksgiving. I tried it the next day with the pie just to try it. I wasn't going to mess with Thanksgiving. Like on the actual day, you go ice cream and don't mess around. But I tried it. It was good. Yeah, it was. I liked it. It was good. I think it was good.
Did you like the football weekend? Did you like 3 games on Thursday? Do you like the Friday night?
I gotta be honest, man. I barely got to watch. I was busy cooking. Really, I was grilling, and it was on in the background. But you know, Heather and Avery wanted to watch they're into all the silly Christmas movies. I watched a Christmas movie the other night called The Santa Boot Camp. Brock, I don't know what's going on in our world, but something is terribly wrong.
Was this a Hallmark
This was
movie?
Netflix, but the same style.
Yes.
There's something terribly wrong. Maura, are you watching these movies?
No.
You're not?
Although I did see,
Liar.
I randomly saw
Maura, did
one
you
last
feel
year
no
where they
bad
made
to
like
not send a picture?
Well, they made like a Chiefs holiday movie,
Yeah.
and it was really bad. I'm trying to send you guys right now. I actually did take pictures. I just forgot to send them of food, not of.
Yeah, that's all we want. We just want food
Okay,
pics
well, it's
so we
not
can
sending,
judge
but I'm
them.
trying right now. The technical issues continue.
We just want to judge all of your food pics.
We just want to be a team. I mean, that's really all that Mike are asking.
Maybe that's why I didn't want to send them, because I figured you were going to judge me.
Yeah, I know, but that's part of the fun of the whole thing. I sent G my pics of my meal and said that it had lots of flavor, and he said great. And I said, but didn't have any flavor, and he understood. I think what I was getting at. I will just say quickly on Saturday, I took my kid. Heather had a cold, so I took the kids, just the 3 of us, up to Vancouver for the day because we had to go do some stuff. Anyway, so we got to spend the day, just the three of us. It was so cool. It is so cool. I know that I've talked in the past, and for people who haven't listened to me talk about my kids in a long time, maybe you remember how challenged I was as a new dad a decade or so ago, as I really struggled with the idea of infants and toddlers. It was a really hard adjustment for me. And I think I spoke pretty openly and honestly about how much I hated it at the beginning. And Cecily, as a toddler, was truly the worst person I've ever met. I mean, just a horrendous, horrendous human being for like a good 3 years of her life. I can't tell you how awesome it was just spending the day with my kids. It was a wonderful day. And I did have that moment driving home as they were talking. We were listening to music and just kind of all chatting together of like, man, Avery's going to go to college in 4 years.
Yep.
Like 4.5 years.
These
Brock, I don't know how you deal with this.
Sweet spot years.
I don't know how you do. Did Haley come home?
No, I mean, not much, right?
Did she
With
come home for
basketball.
Thanksgiving?
No, it's usually basketball, right?
No. I mean, like this weekend.
Oh, this weekend she did not. No, chiropractic school, so she was not able to. She'll be home for a couple weeks for Christmas. They were home for a week just for Ty's playoff game a couple weeks ago, so we've gotten some time. But yeah, you embrace these moments, and I'm glad you got that because it goes real fast, and this is a real sweet spot of time. Right? Where you just kind of have them still, she's not driving. What's Avery? 14?
Not yet. Almost.
Okay.
Next month.
Okay. Yeah. Once they start driving, then things really do change.
It does feel like it just like it starts accelerating. Like it was not that long ago. I'm sitting there going, when is this going to end? Like we're going to be doing this forever. When do we get our life back? When do we get to hang out together again? And now I honestly can't believe that it will end in 4.5 years with Avery. Just amazing. It's so sad. Anyway, I just had such a great time. Love my kids. And I hope everyone else out there had a great time with your kids, your parents, your family, whatever it may be. It really is just, it's my favorite holiday, man. I love Thanksgiving because that's all it's about. It's just about being with your family and eating great food. What could be a better holiday than that? All right, we'll come right back. We'll give you guys everything you need to know. We'll get back to talking sports, and then Mike Macdonald, of course, at 9:30. Do you think they talk football at Mike Macdonald's Thanksgiving table? I was kind of thinking about that this morning. Like, I wonder whether people in his house declare like a football moratorium during Thanksgiving meal, or if he just can't help it. I will ask him. It's coming up on Brock and Salk.
The Hawks get it done at home.
They do it in style with a 26-0 shellacking.
Improving to 9-3, staying with the small pack of teams atop the NFC.
It's intercepted, and this one goes to the house. Jones with a pick six.
Complete coverage at seattlesports.com and the Seattle Sports YouTube page.
That was big for our defense. I feel like it's another level that we can reach.
And the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Oh, my goodness. Was Thanksgiving full of so much football or what? From high school to college to pro. I'm sure you watch the games and you do see some just sadly and unfortunately blunt force trauma. Some significant injuries in these games, but you don't have to play pro sports to know what I'm talking about. I know that many of you hear my voice on this Monday morning and you wake up in pain. Painful joints from arthritis affects you and make it hard to do pretty much anything. Well, that is where my friend, Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD, from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine right over there in Kirkland, that is where he's ready for your call. 425-823-4000. He has seen so many patients through the years suffering from chronic joint pain caused by arthritis and other things. And he doesn't want you to let pain stop you from your quality of life. Consider Dr. Nelson the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques. Many have jumped aboard the regenerative medicine train lately, not Dr. Nelson. This has been his heart and passion for well over 3 decades, and he's got the full tool bag for that, including stem cell therapy, platelet-rich plasma. He has answers to your pain, but you got to give him a call, 425-823-4000, or visit DanielNelsonMD.com. That's DanielNelsonMD.com.
When it comes to the security of your business, doubts can creep in about who you're trusting to protect it. At Bay Alarm, we got you. For nearly 80 years, we've been putting our customers' minds at ease with our advanced technology and personalized support. Feeling insecure about your current security service? Visit bayalarm.com today.
For over 113 years, Pacific Lamp and Supply Company has been your #1 lighting specialist in Washington, from the Space Needle in Seattle all the way to the Riverwalk in Spokane. With the largest lighting inventory in Washington, Pacific Lamp's knowledgeable and experienced staff staff can assist with any lighting issue, including intricate lighting and control designs. Plus, they work with all utilities in Washington to get you the best available lighting rebates. Pacific Lamp and Supply Company, Washington's lighting experts since 1912. Visit pacificlamp.com.
What does VA mean to me?
A place for my daughter to call home. Thanks to the VA Home Loan.
A new lease on life. The best healthcare team I've ever had is here at VA.
And education, and the opportunity to open doors I never thought possible with my GI Bill.
The financial support I need to manage the disabilities I developed because of my service.
Get what you earned. Visit choose.va.gov.
Not all veterans are eligible for the type or amount of benefits mentioned here.
You never get a second chance to make a first impression. Superior Linen Service. 98 years providing logoed apparel, uniforms, floor mats, linens, and more. Give us a call. We answer the phone. Superior Linen Service. Visit suplinen.com.
People want to do business with someone they can trust, who's a real person. They don't feel like you're just going after their money. And when you take the time to get to know them, get to know their needs, remember their name, remember their kids' names, and just be there to help them and sort of, not be a car salesman, but be a consultant, then they feel more comfortable with you, and the experience is better on both sides. Each individual person has an opportunity to sort of unveil our company spirit and their own individual personality and their ability to serve. I myself, I have helped some families in the sense that, I've helped mom, helped dad, and then 2 years later, here's our daughter, she needs a car now. And it's one of the biggest compliments to know that you've earned this family's trust, that now you're their guy. You want to be their guy.
The LJ Way is the Lee Johnson Auto family.
It's here, the Light the World giving machines at the Alderwood and South Hill malls. With a swipe of your credit card, donate a chicken, school supplies, meals, and more. Go to givingmachinewa.org.
The holidays are here and we all want to celebrate in style, but sometimes stubborn fat and loose skin keeps us from looking and feeling our best. Stacey Rost here. Imagine a simple one-day solution. Introducing ProSculpt, the treatment everyone is talking about. ProSculpt uses air-assisted technology that's safe, gentle, yet powerful, delivering instant fat-reducing and skin-tightening results. Performed by board-certified plastic surgeons while you're fully awake. ProSculpt contours your body with minimal downtime. It's designed to target problem areas, your waistline, face, neck, arms, and thighs. Avoid wasting time and money on gimmicky lasers or fat-freezing methods. ProSculpt is one and done. ProSculpt gently removes unwanted fat, tightens loose skin with FDA-cleared plasma technology, all in a simple, guaranteed one-day procedure. Celebrate the holidays and get yourself a gift with a free consultation and get $250 off. Schedule at ProSculpt.com for powerful, permanent fat removal and skin tightening. It's ProSculpt.com.
This is for all you guys on Viagra. ED pills are no longer needed. The brutal side effects like 4-hour headaches, blurred vision, and that flush feeling can all be put behind you with our treatment. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we have a better approach to ED. Acoustic wave therapy creates blood flow circulation by safely removing the plaque in your arteries and restoring function naturally. Guys, let me be clear. Pills will never fix your problem. Our equipment is the latest technology, and our medical staff is the best in the industry. So give West Coast Men's Health a call today. Speak with our clinic manager. Ask him any question you like, how it works, the science behind it, and even the cost. If you suffer from ED or Peyronie's disease, give West Coast Men's Health a call today. It's not just about better health, it's about a better life.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
Yeah, it's pretty rare to shut a team out in the NFL. It is really hard to do. Maybe in inclement weather, right, when things get funky. But to just straight up shut a team out in the NFL? I mean, Seahawks hadn't done it since 2015, and the Vikings hadn't been shut out since 2007. So what they accomplished yesterday was pretty darn impressive, and it just felt... It almost felt easy at times, Brock. I mean, they just... Minnesota couldn't move the ball. They just completely dominated them, and DeMarcus Lawrence is right. This team is just... They're good.
I don't care. They line up. Excuse my language. They get f***ed up. Thank you.
Pretty simple. If you line up, that's what's going to happen to you.
You think they feel this freedom because of Cal Raleigh?
I don't know.
Has this been like a Seattle Royal Brougham Street thing? Like hey,
now everybody swears.
I guess now we can just swear.
I don't know. I don't think so. No, I don't know. They're just a fun-loving group, man. Even yesterday. Like, again, I didn't see any of the, like, Steve Mariucci thinks that he's going to throw for 480 yards. Like, I didn't hear any of that from them. They're just like, we're just going to line up and absolutely destroy you with shocking effort. And certainly we saw that out of DeMarcus himself, but out of the whole team, man. They just mess you up.
Salk, a shutout and 5 takeaways. I mean, you're now top 5 in the league. Remember that whole conversation me Bain was having on the reset with G, and we talked about and how that Seahawks Super Bowl defense took it away 39 times, and maybe that's not realistic, and it's hard to take. They took the ball away 5 times too, and sacked him 4 times, and stuffed the run. Like they just
and I had it in my
truly neutered
takeaways.
that offense.
We didn't get to it, but even the pick 6, it came after they turned the ball over inside their own 20.
Yeah.
Stopped him on first down, stopped him on second, stopped him on third, and then the pick came on fourth down. I mean, like, what they're doing it's really spectacular in terms of this defense.
This is having 13 and 14 defensive
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's the first time in 11 years.
It's that kind of special.
Last year you saw it in some spurts, and certainly like the 6-3 game in Chicago in the like, you saw it in some spurts last year, but this is now for 11 of 12 games. This has got some real 13-14 defensive vibes to it.
They get to 9-3 now on the year. They'll be in Atlanta on Sunday.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
And they move back into a tie atop the NFC West thanks to the Carolina Panthers, who beat the Rams, Brock, yesterday. A bit of a surprise. Upset them. Managed to force 3 turnovers. 2 picks for Matthew Stafford, who hadn't thrown a pick in basically forever, but he throws 2 of them, and afterwards he was pretty willing to take responsibility.
I mean, the first one, I'm playing that play the exact same. They did a nice job getting their hands up. Tip ball, I mean, that's the name of the game. It's you gotta go play aggressive, and that's fine. Second one, obviously, I can't leave that ball inside. Guy made a nice plays, made a bunch of good plays this year, but can't leave that one inside and give him 7 on that one, so that's tough. And then find a way to hold on to that last one, because we're in field goal range, give us a chance to tie that thing up and let us go play defense. So
that's one way of handling a bad game. There's another, and it came courtesy.
Does he sound like Sean McVay now, by the way?
He does. Yeah, they
Sean
sound the same.
McVay like?
They're turning into each other, obviously.
Gosh.
Well, who does Aaron Rodgers sound like, Brock? I don't even know what to make of this. So they lose again yesterday. He gets hurt. He comes back. He's in pain. He makes a throw. He throws a pick. Anyway, here's Aaron Rodgers after the game.
When there's film sessions, everybody shows up. And when I check to a route, you do the right route, Like John and I just weren't on the same page. I checked to his in breaker, and he ran out breaker. John is a true professional, so I'm sure he's sick about that.
What do you make of that?
You just don't do that.
Have you ever?
I can't
even think of a time I've heard anything like that.
Yeah.
Can you?
Not really. I mean, Peyton with his O-line after a playoff loss, we got to protect better and like collectively, but never singled out a guy.
Who's he talking about? Jonnu Smith?
Yeah.
I mean, Jonnu Smith's been in the league for 9 years.
Right.
Like,
He's a true professional.
I could understand it.
I'm sure he feels bad. He's a true professional.
Rookie, this and that, but like, that guy's a grown man. What are you doing? What an absolute clown! I cannot believe.
If this goes off the rails,
what do you mean? If this isn't off the rails?
Well, they're tied for first, like in the NFC.
They're
AFC
6-6.
That's fine. They're still tied for first in the AFC North. If this goes off the rails, I think he and DK may fight.
They should.
Did DK fight yesterday?
I hope DK beats the heck out of him. He deserves it.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
Where's Lane Kiffin going, Brock?
He's going down in Baton Rouge.
Is that going to work?
What?
Should Lane Kiffin have just stayed at Ole Miss?
You know what Lane Kiffin said
fit.
to himself? Someone was asking me about this. Now, it's a different time, it's a different age, and it's all every year.
Yeah.
But they were like, well, ultimately, why? And I said, well, ultimately because King Nebuchadnezzar, Les Miles ate grass, and Ed Orgeron is Ed Orgeron, and they both won national titles there. So, like, that's the way coaches look at it. Like, can I win a national title? Never been.
And he's
at
never
Ole Miss.
done that, so obviously that would be a big deal. But God, it sure seemed like Ole Miss is a good fit for him.
Yeah. What a disaster.
He looks like an Ole Miss guy. Much more so than an LSU guy.
Uh-huh.
All right, that's everything you need to
Just
know.
chaos. Absolute
quarter
chaos.
past every hour here.
College football
on the Brock and Salk
11-1. They're 11-1. 11-1. Going to the playoffs. Got to go.
So they're going to what? I mean, whatever. Isn't Ohio State just going to win? I mean, does it even matter? Does anything else even matter?
I mean, they're good. No, it'll be competitive. The Ohio State had 14 guys go to the NFL. 14.
Whatever,
and they
man.
still just reload.
Well, it's not even worth watching.
Wild.
Ohio State's just going to win. All right, Mike Macdonald's going to join us next. I am curious, Brock, what Thanksgiving conversation is like at the McDonald house and how much football is discussed. Plus, we'll talk about the shutout yesterday and everything else going on with this team, which is all really, really positive and fun. We'll do it next with the coach on Brock and Salk.
Quiet down. Here she comes. Surprise! Your accountant just emailed to say your quarterly taxes are way higher than you were expecting.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Also, your favorite employee is leaving. They're going to pursue their dream of being a veterinarian.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
All right, I'm willing to admit it.
Scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-275-1728. That's 800-275-1728.
All right, let's try it again. I am willing to be very honest with you guys. I ate a lot during the Thanksgiving holiday. I made turkey and stuffing and lobster mac and cheese and sweet potatoes and marshmallow and dessert pie. The whole deal, man. I gorged for a couple of days. But now I got a great plan to take it right back off, and that's kind of the beauty of Eastside Weight Loss Clinic. It doesn't really mess up your life. It does a great job of allowing you to live while still having a sustainable plan to keep you looking and feeling the way you would like to feel. If you have overdone it, whether it's just here over Thanksgiving or over the last couple of months or years, and it's time to take that weight off, they're here to help, and they're offering $300 off their plan right now, their biggest sale of the year, and it goes until December 31st. You've heard me talk about it. You may even know people who have done it. This plan works. It's simple. It's healthy, and now it is $300 off. You don't have to find the energy to go to the gym. No scary injections or pills. Just healthy, fresh food and a proven plan that works. It starts with just a 15-minute phone call. Schedule yours right now at EastsideWeightLossClinic.com. Dr. Ryan Coogan, DC. Results may vary.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
The best time of the year is here. Toyotathon. Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton are providing you with the largest savings and the widest selection of inventory on Toyota favorites like Tacomas and Tundras, the Gas RAV4, the Hybrid RAV4, and the Hybrid Camry. It's Toyotathon at TOK and TOR. That's ToyotaofKirkland.com and ToyotaofRenton.com. Whether you're in the north or the south, they got you covered. Get a test drive, meet the wonderful staff, get a new car. It's Toyotathon, people. Come on.
O'Brien. This is the home of the Seahawks.
Going to let one fly deep. Got a man out there. Ball is caught down at the 10-yard line, and it's JSN.
Seattle Sports.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here. For my friends at People Come First or PCF Construction Group, are you tired of just grilling in the cold and rain every winter in the Northwest? Well, with a patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy your outdoor deck or patio all year long, staying warm and dry, even in the wintry months. And I've got a special offer for you right now. Take advantage of off-season savings through December and get up to 20% off your entire project, plus no payments and no interest until 2027. Most people don't consider building a deck in winter, but if you want yours ready by next spring and summer, then contact PCF right now to start planning. Spend the winter dreaming, designing, and approving your project so you're ready to build by the spring. Remember, planning and permits take time, so get started right now. Find all the offer details, get project ideas, and browse photos at pcfgroup.com or call 425-629-8476. That's 425-629-8476, pcfgroup.com.
You're losing your hair and you simply need a solution that works. You want the best. Modern technology, top-rated physicians, something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need world-class Dr. Perungo and his team at Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair has completely redefined hair restoration. From the experience itself to their unmatched results. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, maybe all three like I had. Get your hair back with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment that begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. And get this, Advanced Hair is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. For your free consultation, call 425-449-8185. Right now, you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Refine your hairline with the team that redefined hair restoration. That's 425-449-8185. Or for the before and afters, visit advancedhair.com.
It's here, the Light the World giving machines at the Alderwood and South Hill malls. With a swipe of your credit card, donate a chicken, school supplies, meals, and more. Go to givingmachinewa.org.
This is the Mike Macdonald Show, presented by your local 76 and Conoco stations, exclusively on the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
Sure is. Mike Macdonald Show, always fun after a win, and we got another one yesterday, a shutout win, no less. Coach, good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. How are you?
Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving is a thing after Thanksgiving?
Well, yeah, yeah. I mean, just like, hope you had a nice time and that type of. I got Thanksgiving questions for you, I guess, is kind of where I was going with it, which is,
okay.
I'm trying to put myself in like what it's like to be at your Thanksgiving table and how much football is being discussed. Is it a lot? Is there a moratorium declared on football during the meal? What does that look like?
Well, this year it was just Steph's mom, Steph, Jack, and me. So it was quiet. It was nice. It was great. We had a great day. I am one like I've never understood like you had to turn off football while doing Thanksgiving dinner. Like I never. I've always been against that. So that'll be a policy at the McDonald house probably forever. Is that perfectly okay to have the football game on while you're having dinner?
Can you enjoy just watching a football game, like an NFL game, without thinking of it as a coach, or can you just kind of sit and enjoy football?
No, yeah, of course you. But there's always rooting. There's a rooting interest in every game, so that makes it fun. You know, you're rooting against the division, then against the NFC, then for points. You know, you always root for everybody to score a bunch of points.
How about Ohio State, Michigan? Was there a rooting interest in that Saturday morning? Are those ties still there? Or?
Yeah, you know what's funny is like you root for. I feel this way with Georgia. It's like, you know, I root for the people that I worked with and coached. Yeah. And so like it happens all over the country, and so you're rooting for their success, for the people I work with at Michigan and rooting for them. You know, obviously all the fans from Michigan had a great relationship with, and they've been really great to my family. So you want them to be excited. So I was disappointed that the game went that way. But Ohio State played great.
Mm-hmm.
They played a great game, so they deserve to win.
You still have like a big reaction to a great play, like when you see a catch like last night, the catch that guy made. Will you still stand up and just that natural oh my gosh reaction that everyone else has?
The one in the corner of the end zone?
Yeah.
No, it's blank stare. Honestly, yeah. I mean, are you surprised? I'm not like the biggest demoted guy of all time.
Blank stare. Yeah, that sounds good. Is that what you had after your team pitched a shutout yesterday? Just a blank stare, like whatever. That's what we expected to do.
No, like it's funny. Like this is my excited face. You know, this is what I look like when I'm really excited.
You know, we have a guy named Jeff Passan on, Mike, during the baseball season. He's kind of the Adam Schefter of the MLB, and he's awesome. He's a great guest with us each and every week. And he had 1 week during the last season where he finished, and I do 25 of these. You know, if you ranked them 1 to 25, that's probably 25. You know, there's going to be a stinker in there. And I kind of present that as background and context because obviously you want every week of preparation to be the best week. And you talk about process and standard all the time. Mm-hmm. Are there certain weeks, though, and I know you referenced a little bit after the game of just how on it the guys were and what the practice field was like and just the attention to detail and everything else, was last week's preparation during the Thanksgiving week about as good as it gets?
I think it was really good. To me, you're always looking at the execution of how we're doing it, but to me, execution is really just a function of their intent and how well we coached it. Mm-hmm. You know, so and sometimes we're trying to do some things that might be a little ambitious for the week. That's something that's warranted a lot, and sometimes that's not warranted on our end where we need to make it a little more simple. So that's something that's a scale that we're always chasing as coaches. So I'd say the intent was there. The guys they're on it, and like the feel throughout the building is what we want. It's loose and focused, and spirits. It's not like to have a great week. You don't have to be, oh, we gotta have a great week. No, that's not how it works. It's not how you play. It's not how you do your best every day, and the guys have been really good. And I think as coaches, they coached the details and the game plan really well. The guys did a great job of presenting the information and getting the guys ready, and we had some contingency stuff going on, especially in the back end, that we had to work through, and the coaches and players did a great job.
What did your defense do best yesterday?
We played together. The turning point in the game is the fumble that our offense had in plus territory there. Defense goes out on the field. You're looking at, what is it, like 13-point swing, something along those lines. I mean, it's that was a big-time series of events, and just their attitude when we took the field, it was just like, all right, let's go to work. And I think we've come a long way. Of like, look, we're just stacking. I feel like the same stuff every week, but like if you really look at it through the lens of like stacking plays, when you come out of the Tennessee game, I felt like we kind of we got some good plays, and then we let off the gas, or Tennessee made a play, or maybe we did a self-inflicted wound, or I called a bad play, or there's something that wasn't like we didn't really get to that like next level in terms of stacking a game. And it doesn't have to be like you just keep scoring every 5 plays and you end up 35-0. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about just great situational awareness, playing off one another. From offense to defense, doing a good job. Kickoff team that plays a part of it. J-My hitting some really clutch field goals for us yesterday was great. So that's what I was most pleased with.
These broadcasts now are so innovative, Mike. At the NFL level, Sky Cam, Pylon Cam, you can get umpire cam. You have cameras everywhere. If I had and watched the game through Mike Macdonald's eyes defensively, as you're play calling it, as you're evaluating it, as you're seeing it, what are your optics? What are Mike Macdonald's camera? What's the eyes? What are you looking at in particular?
Honestly, when I first saw it, I was like, the camera's a little lower because I'm kind of short, so it's probably like 5'9", yes. 5'9" angle.
Well, your eyes are actually at about 5'7",
Yeah.
5'6.5".
5'7", yeah. So it's even worse, you know.
Yes. Are you watching QB? You watching the line of scrimmage? You watching, like, you make a call. What do you watching?
Oh yeah. You know, it's interesting. Like, I think coaches have different preferences on where they watch the game, or like where they call it from. I prefer to be behind the offense. My theory on that is I think that's because where I stood for all those years in practice is like kind of off at an angle, like behind the offense. So you're kind of used to seeing it through that lens. So that's what I prefer. Some guys watch it from the defensive perspective, which that never really like resonated with me, or like from the line of scrimmage. Coaches might prefer that. But I prefer to stand behind. It's kind of like watching a play in practice. You know, you're understanding the formation. You're getting a feel for if we're ahead of the play. Is there something that I can tell the linebacker if we have enough time? Trying to play with anticipation. A lot of times I'm trying to guess the play, which probably our coaches drive them crazy. Yeah, a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, with the quarterback's operation, substitution patterns, where they're on the field obviously is really important. Yeah, all those things, you know. Yeah.
So it sounds like over the course of last week, you called DeMarcus Lawrence maybe the best practice player ever. That's what they said on the broadcast. And then after the game, you said that the forced fumble he had was maybe your favorite play you'd ever seen in person. Those are two pretty lofty statements about a guy like him. What does that mean? He must be incredibly meaningful to you. Well,
he is. I mean, all our guys are, but you know, sometimes I say some big statement, but it just shows you what kind of. Yeah, of course. This is a terrible answer, but we love D-Law. He's we've said it since he walked in the door. I mean, I feel like I've said the same thing. The practice thing is real. I was referring to like the way he was in the off season, and just, you know, you're doing drills in like phase 2, and this guy's like, you know, it's like the Super Bowl's on the line, and I'm like, this is it. This is what we want. It doesn't matter the situation. It's how we want to approach drills. I love this. This is great. Like, we just, you know, this is a great example for the rest of the team on how we want to train. And he's been great. So, and in the building, I mean, he's like just an awesome guy, and he's tough as crap, and he's physical and competitive, and just determined. Like, we're talking about being relentless. I mean, that's like the ultimate relentless play. I'm not really sure what he was doing at the beginning of the play, like at the back. You know, sometimes he might see something that is there or might not be there, but talk about the determination and like the violence at the end of the play. It really just, you know, that's a hammer that he laid to get the ball out right there. That was pretty awesome.
Shocking effort.
You got it. You watched that play. Are you shocked?
I was fairly shocked. I think everybody was. And honestly, I mean, he's sort of been shocking throughout the year. Brock and I have talked for years about, you know, guys around the league that oftentimes once we, the fans, know their names, once they're household names, they're probably not as good as they used to be. So when you bring in DeMarcus Lawrence in the offseason, I think there's a question of, okay, what does this guy have left? Has he surpassed even what you thought he might have left at this point? Because he's just been unbelievable.
The expectation questions are just so tricky because you don't have them. You're just like, you're talking about looking at it through my lens, my 5'9" lens, just every day of trying to attack the heck out of the day and get to the net, like, and just keep going through the process. That's why I see it. And we start going off course, you know, you start to tweak some things, or you got to confront things, or, you know, there's things that you need to do to get the ship back on course, whether it be with a certain player or for a certain side of the ball or a position group or the whole team, you know. But if we feel like we're accelerating all in the same place together, man, is that a fun journey to be on? And we're glad that he's playing a huge part of that as well. And I guess that was the part of the vision of what we had for DeMarcus to be on our team and in the role that he's going to play for sure.
All right, flip it over on the other side. What did the film? Cooper was great post game, talking about how enlightening this film is going to be because of everything Minnesota does defensively and all their looks and pre and post and all the stuff. Now that you've watched that side of the ball, Coach, what jumped out offensively with the execution and what Minnesota was able to do, dictating a little bit more than anybody else has, frankly, in that first half?
Yeah, I think, a lot of things we're going to learn from it. I haven't talked to our offensive staff yet. So we'll come up with some more, you know, specifics as we go here. But, you know, we obviously didn't start as fast as we wanted to. I felt like maybe they were ahead of us in terms of dictating terms at the beginning of the game. So that's not like a huge positive on our end. Now, I mean, I did think that the offense did a great job of figuring out ways to get the ball moving forward and sustaining drives really more consistently than we have at some parts throughout the season, which doesn't really go noticed. Now, we need to finish those drives better. Those were finishing with field goals. But there were, I think we only had 1 3-and-out. We scored on a lot of our possessions, which is a positive. And the other thing is you talk about the resolve and the relentlessness of our team. We didn't back down, and we didn't abandon the run game. We knew we needed to stick to that. I think our coaches did a great job at halftime figuring out some protections that we could handle better, getting the answers to those things, finding more things in the run game that we could hang our hat on in the second half based off of the looks that they were giving us. And so those are all there's a lot of really good stuff. And you look at the stats, and it's not like a great offensive game, but there's also some of the looks and some of the matches and some of the things that that they do, which is pretty unique to them compared to the rest of the league. Those are things that we're going to have to be aware of and have answers for moving forward, for sure. But it's also like some of the things that they do is just, it's hard for a team to just say, hey, like, we're going to just abandon all the things we've invested in over the last 7 months, and we're just going to copy. We're just going to be the Minnesota Vikings. Like that's what makes them such a good defense, is that that's what they do, and they're really good at it. And we did some good things against them. You got to give them a lot of credit. But it's something that when you don't see it that often, I think we can have a better plan moving forward.
You guys had an open competition in the offseason at right guard, and obviously Anthony Bradford won. I'm not going to pretend like I really understand any of the details of interior line play. I can only see what they show us on TV and what some of the commentators say and what the film people on the internet say later. They don't paint a particularly pretty picture for what you've gotten from the right guard. How can that position improve? Is there the possibility of more competition here towards the end of the year? Where do you go at that spot?
Well, I think we just got to keep doubling down on our fundamentals and the things that AB's doing some good things. He really is. I mean, there's some really good plays on there, and there's some not so good plays. And I think some of those plays that show up are kind of like quick losses, maybe, and we can finish those plays better. So let's keep doubling down on the fundamentals. Now we have some guys like Christian came in yesterday and did a good job when AB went out. Jalen Sundell's coming back here in the next couple of weeks. Maybe there's some combinations there that we can look at, but there's going to be everyone's always in competition. Now, I mean, like Charles doesn't feel like, but Charles does that every day. Charles is just, he wins his left tackle job every day. That's what he does. Gray wins the left guard job every day. AB's been winning the right guard job when he's been in there. And so I can go through, I can take it to the whole roster. So, but everybody's under, scrutiny and is in a competition for their, I am, I'm competing to be the head coach every day. And so, sometimes when we fall short, there's going to be some competitions that open based on guys' performance. And we're always going to be thinking through that lens.
Was there anything, Mike, that Minnesota did specifically to JSN that others have not this year?
Well, they do operate a little bit unique. The Vikings do. I think it's just a function of time. We basically had to end up playing a certain way to keep the ball moving forward, and the ball wasn't finding them. But same thing, like in some of these passing situations, if you're going to put, 2 guys on jacks, that means other guys don't have 2 guys on them. So those guys are going to have to win. And there's some situations that they did, like Cody's slant route that he caught on the same pressure that hit Sam earlier in the game. We picked it up and we threw it on time and got an explosive, and the offensive line did a great job of chasing the ball and moving the pile forward. That was a great football play. And so we need more of those, if people are going to decide to take jacks away.
Hey, just a football 101 question for you. because it's always fun talking some of this scheme. My father-in-law loves to say life's about trade-offs, and at almost 50 now, I'm realizing that more and more, the wisdom in that. And it's the same scheme, same with, I think, scheme in football that I've always known, but certainly learned even more coaching this year. Is, hey, we put these resources here, we do this here, we have this blitz package here, but you can go all the way, through and through. But just from a football 101, why don't more people do what Minnesota does defensively? Get up in the gaps, force calls, force line of scrimmage mechanics, really, just bring kind of, I don't even want to say exotic looks, but just from a football 101, why do you think the league doesn't do, the others don't do as much as Minnesota really majors in that?
Well, I think that, it's in the details. And, Flo is a guy that it's his system that he's honed for a long time. And there's not a lot of other people that have all those like mechanisms at their disposal, and their players deserve a lot of credit too. They got a lot of smart players back there that are in premium calls and moving around. And I think like when you just in general, like talk general football
just
terms
general, yeah.
speaking, I think to be the most effective, you have to have your version of your vision of your side of the ball, of your system that you're trying to create. And you have to, the principles of that you have to make to come to life. And then how you get it done is based off of like your personal philosophies, the people on your team, all those things that kind of like the little inputs and the tweaks that you can do, So like, I feel like we have we've generated a very strong like vision of who we want to be in each three phases on our team. It's clear that Flo has a very clear vision about how he wants to operate his defense. And so all those details now are really crystallized, and they've had a lot of time to make that thing come to life with all the different like levers that they can pull all the time. You really can go to any great offense, defense, special teams unit in the league, and I can point to you a system that is very clear on who they want to be identity-wise, and it's a very clear vision about how they want to be, and that's what you respect as a coach. People that kind of just pill plays and, hey, this play's cool and this play's cool and that play's cool, and this play worked against them, but so let's run this play. This play worked against these guys. Well, you just lost my respect. All you did was just pull a play that happened to work against a certain team, and because it worked, let's just run this play. It worked. Well, you have no idea on why did the play work. Okay, there's a really good chance that they just screwed it up. And guess what? They have tape too, and they're allowed to practice. So what do you think they're going to do? They're going to actually work on that play over the course of, So it's like, it just blows my mind that teams operate like that. This is not even answering your question, but I'm just going on a thing here, because it's just like, that's not how you win. That's not how you generate culture. It's not how you build systems. It's just totally against what we believe here in chasing edges. Sorry, there you go.
So good.
You're more than a year and a half into building your culture here. Do you feel like it is on schedule, ahead of schedule, behind? How do you feel about where the culture is at right now?
Again, I'm not going to evaluate. I can't give you I can't evaluate it. I just know that we got a great group, and I think I speak for all of our coaches. We love our group, and I'm taking our group against anybody. That's what I'm proud to say that. I'm proud to say that of the whole building, the whole organization. I mean, this isn't just Mike in a corner picking our players. This is a whole systematic teamwork. Like, there's a lot of people involved here, to try to get the right people on the bus, so to speak, to quote John Gordon, it takes a lot of effort of all people pushing in the same direction so we can develop our players and get the right people in the building. But I will say I really do love our group.
You had Riley Mills out practicing, right, for the first time this past week. How did he look?
He did a good job. It's going to take him probably the full amount of time, we think, to get ready to play. Maybe, I'm not going to bet against him, but I think it'd be important for him to stack as many reps as he can to gain the confidence he needs to play at a certain level. But did a lot of great things. He's putting in a ton of work. So I can't wait. It'll be fun to watch him this week to see the jump that he made.
Job, he took a shot right in the face. Did anybody else come out of that? We saw, Sam a little banged up, maybe. Ernest, ran off the field. Any updates just from the post game? I know you get a lot more intel this morning, and we'll share this afternoon. But anything just intel post game wise?
I haven't got anything, but come out of the game, I feel like Job cleared the protocol. I haven't heard anything this morning. Ernest, I think is good. He's probably just a little sore. Sam had a little bit of an ankle. He should be good to go.
You can see Julian this week?
I'm gonna hope that we do. Yeah, I mean, looking positive. He's got to take it day by day. But look, nobody wants him more out there more than I do. Trust me. I mean, we love our guy, but it's and I know Julian. This guy he's. Let me just take this up. Julian he has worked extremely hard and incredibly diligently to get himself back out there. This is not a function of him not being ready to go or not doing all the things. I mean, he's taking it to the nth degree to come back and be as healthy as he possibly can. And our trainers are doing the same thing. It's one of those funky things that sometimes these things don't go your way and the timelines change.
Can I give you 6'4"? Well, I used to be almost 6'5". Now I'm closer to 6'4".
Yeah, it's only downhill from here, bud. You're gonna end up like me someday.
I'm gonna be 5'9" eventually. Salk and yep. When Salk asked you about your culture and evaluating, that's really hard for you to do. I think I would point to DeMarcus Lawrence's play, and then what you shared about Ernest post game of him just being right, just everything he shared, and then he went to the podium and shared. Are those not two examples, both of ear and eye, of what a culture is?
Yeah, it's a great point. Yeah, you're right. It's not to get get all whimsical, but it's really this is kind of why you do what we do. Is to one, get people to play the best football they can play, so they can be the most productive, so they can have great careers and great team. I mean, we want to win games, but you're also doing it for the people that you coach. That's definition of coaching. And then, to be a part of a group with guys like that, with guys like Ernest Jones that want to dedicate his life to God and grow as a man. I mean, how awesome is that? In with our group, and. It's just really great, man. I'm just telling you, it's just an awesome group. But
it sure feels that way from the outside, just watching them and seeing the way they play. And obviously, shutouts are pretty rare in the NFL. So congratulations. Great win yesterday. Off to Atlanta next week. We'll talk to you on Monday. Thank you, as always, and we'll do it then.
All right. Great. Thanks, guys.
All right. There you go. There goes Mike Macdonald. And Brock, we will shut it down for the day. Be in tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Technology
Looks like all
willing.
the goblins are out. Goblins are out of the technology. We figured it out.
Let's hope.
You make adjustments, Salk. That's what life's about.
You adapt, you overcome, you improvise. We'll see you guys at 6 a.m. Bump and Stacy up next. Till then, the hay.
Barn.
See you, everybody.
Get to the chopper!
Wyman and Bob.
DeMarcus Lawrence, this guy is such a dog, and what a great element that they added to this team. He's a veteran. At the time, I remember thinking, I don't know if they really need that. They maybe want to use their resources somewhere else, but him coming in here, he has really solidified this defense, and these guys have a lot of pride. They're very close as a team, and I think he's kind of provided that.
Every afternoon at 2, only on Seattle Sports and Seattle Sports on YouTube.
When it comes to the security of your business, doubts can creep in about who you're trusting to protect it. Are they a reliable service? How will I know if something happens? Are they keeping everyone safe? At Bay Alarm, we got you. For nearly 80 years, we've been putting our customers' minds at ease with our advanced technology and personalized support. Feeling insecure about your current security service? Visit bayalarm.com today to talk to a local security expert.
What's up, everybody? It's Michael Bumpus. Seattle U's men's basketball team is hosting some big games at Climate Pledge. Come see teams like Washington State, and Gonzaga. First game is December 7th against UTEP. Grab your tickets at goseattleu.com/tickets. Red Hawks rising.
College basketball takes center stage in Seattle. The Gonzaga Bulldogs are back, and the rivalry is renewed. when the Zags battle UCLA at Climate Pledge Arena on December 13th. Tickets are available now and selling fast. Get yours at climatepledgearena.com. See you on December 13th for Gonzaga Hoops in Seattle.
Get your tickets now for December 13th at climatepledgearena.com. That's climatepledgearena.com.
You never get a second chance to make a first impression. Superior Linen Service will help your company with logoed apparel, uniforms, floor mats, linen, and more. Give us a call. We answer the phone. Superior Linen Service. It's what we do. Visit suplinen.com.
What's your holiday tradition? It's G. Scott here. For me, it's gathering with loved ones around a meal that brings joy. For many families, that tradition feels out of reach. Next time you shop at Safeway, please donate to Nourishing Neighbors. Your gift provides groceries to families across Washington, giving them access to nutritious food and the dignity to shop like the rest of us and choose what's meaningful for their holiday table. Visit nourishingneighbors.com and donate at your Safeway checkout. That's nourishingneighbors.com.
The Okie Golf Platinum Players Card is $50 off with the Friends and Family Holiday Discount. The best value in golf. Get 7 prepaid rounds, 7 50% off guest passes, and unlimited discounted green fees at every public Okie golf course. Play favorites like the Golf Club at Newcastle, Washington National, and Harbor Point. This is the only time you'll see a deal like this. So whether you're gifting it or grabbing it for yourself, don't miss your chance. Visit okiegolf.com and save $50 before December 31st.
Northeast Landscaping Services reminds listeners the holidays are meant to be a time of good cheer and warm gatherings with family and friends. Don't spoil the spirit of the season by getting behind the wheel after drinking. Always designate a sober driver or take a ride share for a safe ride home. Let's all work together to keep our roadways safe and accident